Your home for the NBA. San Antonio's Sports Center.
Tonight, the Dallas Cowboys play on Monday Night Football. They welcome the Arizona Cardinals into Jerry World. Good news for the Cowboys today. Center Cooper Beebe has been activated. He is expected to play. You can catch that game on your home for the Cowboys, 94-1. San Antonio Sports Star beginning at 6. The NFL trade deadline is tomorrow. The Eagles made a couple of moves to bolster their roster, sending a 6th-round pick to Baltimore for Pro Bowl cornerback Jair Alexander and Jalen Phillips.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, what a day. It is a Monday. I'm at the best place I could be at, and I know Jason is too. That's the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Row. We're getting ready for a Monday night football game featuring your Dallas Cowboys taking on the Arizona Cardinals. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and boy, what a great weekend again of football action, and the cherry on top comes tonight.
Well, and I'm glad you said it that way because yesterday was kind of an odd day because the Cowboys didn't play. But Saturday, Longhorns, for at least 3 quarters, kicked the crap out of Vandy, then held on. But look, Texas beat Vanderbilt. I don't know that in my life I ever thought I'd be excited about a win over, like, we beat Vandy. All right. But, yeah. I mean, they showed in the 4th quarter why, as Art said, maybe the concussion helped. Either way, big win for the Longhorns. Great day of Saturday college football. And then, of course, yesterday, I spent a good, 2.5 hours driving back from the coast. But when you look, and man, the cup, I'm glad I didn't eat any of them, but it did slow things down a little bit. But I mean, it's just kind of an odd Sunday with a lot of crazy games.
Crazy games. It really was. I mean, that Cincinnati-Chicago game was like the Three Stooges, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was nuts, but a lot of fun to watch. And Cowboy fans, you can cheer up because your defense is not the worst in the league. That belongs to the Cincinnati Bengals. They are just a bunch of bungling fools out there that couldn't tackle me, for goodness sake.
Well, I mean, tackle. I mean, touch. Oh, you didn't go down.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, that game was just weird all the way around. Joe Flacco in that 4th quarter, the final couple of minutes of that game. I mean, it was insane, but yeah, Chicago got the win. And you look at some of the other crazy games that shouldn't have been crazy. That Jaguars-Raiders game.
Absolutely.
That was a fun finish. The Broncos beat the Houston Texans in a game that will get you ready for next year's World Cup. I mean, that was as slow as soccer, as many kicks as, I mean, just boring. I mean, CJ Stroud, he doesn't know what today is, but I expected so much more out of Denver offensively, but credit Houston's defense. Davis Mills tried. But that game was brutal.
Truth be told, I didn't watch a lot of that game because I kind of figured it'd be brutal. But there were some good games. The New England Patriots had to hold on there at the end against Atlanta, which pissed me off. But, I mean, and there were some of the Pittsburgh Steelers looked good. Their defense came to life yesterday. I don't know what Tomlin said to them, but that was a good football game. And so it's football, man. It is so much fun. And then you got Kansas City still being owned by Josh Allen in the regular season.
Let's go back and talk about the Colts-Steelers game.
All right.
Because Pittsburgh kicked their butt.
Uh-huh.
Yet, did they? I mean, I know they got turnovers, and Daniel Jones looked like he was still with the New York Giants. But I think the key was they couldn't get that run game going.
That's it.
And when the run game isn't going, everything else goes south. Yet that was just a 7-point win in a game that you felt like watching it. Pittsburgh was up by 40. Offensively, they didn't do a whole lot in that game, and they took advantage of some opportunities and some short fields. But we've all been waiting for Indianapolis to look like the Colts we thought we were going to see. Now that it's happened, do we still think the Colts are one of the best teams, one of the contenders in the AFC?
Well, look, they're not going anywhere. Even if they win that division, they're not going anywhere. Pittsburgh's not. They're just not that team. And there's too many other good teams in the AFC. But they figured out the defense yesterday. And the key to stopping the Indianapolis Colts offense is stopping Jonathan Taylor. That's what Pittsburgh did yesterday. You make Daniel Jones throw the ball 50 times, and you see the results. So it worked out pretty well for them. But you're right. Look, Indianapolis took that opening kickoff and went right down the field and scored. And then it was a series of mistakes that let Pittsburgh back into that ball game. So, look, I think the Colts are still a good team. Are they a Super Bowl team? I don't think so, but I still think they're going to make some noise and be in the playoffs and be a tough out. But you got to shut down Jonathan Taylor. If you do that, you got a pretty good shot at winning that game.
Well, and you look at the games yesterday where it felt like a lot of underdogs won outright. Minnesota on the road at Detroit.
That's crazy.
And what a game.
Yeah.
First off, what a game for Minnesota. At the same time, Detroit, one of those teams we expect to be at the very least in the NFC Championship game. They couldn't run the ball. Their defense wasn't all that great. J.J. McCarthy still has never lost a game in the state of Michigan, which is bizarre. But what a showing for Minnesota. But at the same time, does it make you, again, we're a week-to-week world, do you rethink what you thought of Detroit? Green Bay, they lose to Carolina. Now, we told you after they beat the Cowboys, that Carolina team is really, really good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
First off, Green Bay should be forced to lose draft picks for wearing those ridiculous uniforms.
The worst.
You look good, play good, look like crap, play like crap. And Green Bay proved that.
Well, they did. But look, offensively, they were horrible. Jordan Love was not good yesterday. And he was getting a lot of accolades and how great he is. He's a top 5 quarterback. And all of that still may be true. But yesterday was a bad day. And look, Carolina is a much improved club. Are they a Super Bowl contender? No, but they're a much improved club. And how about that former Cowboy running back, Rico Dowdle? 130 yards, couple of scores yesterday.
Wow.
My goodness.
Rico had the secret recipe.
Get out of Dallas?
No.
Oh.
Run right out Micah Parsons. He won't tackle you. And hey, coach, here's what we need to do. I went against this guy in practice for years. And, Micah had one whole tackle in that game. I'm happy for Rico. I still like Javonte Williams better. I hope Javonte has a really good game tonight. And you look at teams that you thought were good that lost, and good teams are going to lose. Kansas City, that was a tough loss, but, man, they still had an opportunity at the end.
They did.
When that doink happened, I thought, we're going to overtime. There's just enough time for Patrick. But I liked what the Bills did defensively on those final 2 plays. They brought a lot of pressure.
They did.
And they didn't let Mahomes just sit back there and just launch one into the end zone. That's what you should do in those situations. And then the game last night, the Sunday night game.
Oh.
And man, we had 2 clunkers to watch between the Spurs losing their first game. Yeah, who was that? Seattle just took it to Washington.
Jeez.
Seattle says, hey, we need to be in the conversation
Absolutely.
for contender. Washington looked pretender, and then they got their quarterback broke, and now they really are pretender. And all the debate that in the heat that Dan Quinn is facing now for having his quarterback, Jaden Daniels, in the game at that time, and that gruesome broken arm. A buddy of mine who's a Washington fan, 1 texted, well, at least it's not his throwing arm. 2, now it's about draft picks, and we need to fire Dan Quinn.
Same thing Cowboy fans are saying about Dan Quinn. We need to fire that guy.
Yeah.
His defense is awful. He's lost the defense. I remember those conversations.
Oh, absolutely.
Look, should he have been in the game? No, I don't think he should have been. But if he's in the game, you certainly don't give him a run-pass option. They're not getting back in that game. They're not going to win that football game. You keep the guy healthy. But, yeah, Dan Quinn is catching all kinds of heat today from everybody. That, why was Jaden Daniels in the football game last night? And while I think he was in there. And if he's in there, you got to make sure he stays upright.
Well, to me, like we've seen, in a couple of the ugly games this year for Dallas, Joe Milton gets into a game early. You raise the white flag. And, all right, this game we've got no chance at winning. It's not like you're benching the quarterback. You're pulling them because, you've got no chance. Why put him at risk? And at one point when Washington started punting, all right, pull your quarterback then. And you can be mad at Dan Quinn. He is the head coach. Or are you mad at, or you should be mad at Cliff Kingsbury, the play caller? And I know you're trying to score and you're trying to compete, but if you're playing the safety game with your starters in, why are you calling a play where Jaden Daniels is at risk? Just hand the ball off. Well, like my fantasy team could have used Bill getting a few more touches, especially down near the goal line. Well, but why are you running him in that situation?
Well, they weren't running him, right? It was a run-pass option. And Jaden Daniels has got to take some of the responsibility, too.
Sure.
I mean, he needs to know when he's not going anywhere, the ball should be in the second row behind the end zone. Just get rid of it. Don't take the chance on that. So there's a lot of blame to go around.
Sure.
But look, at the end of the day, he's a football player. You want to play football. Guy's coming back from an injury, and you want him out there, certainly. I'm not going to sit here and think Dan Quinn ought to be fired. He shouldn't be. He's turned that football team around. The question's going to be, when you mentioned Cliff Kingsbury, when Kingsbury's a head coach somewhere next year, then what's Dan Quinn going to do?
Yeah. I mean, you're right. And again, and I don't blame anybody. It happens. It's an injury. Football is a violent sport. But when it's meaningless, no different than, 2008? Manu Ginobili in a meaningless game sticks his arm in and pops his elbow, and they're the 1 seed and get bounced by the Grizzlies as the 8 seed. Why was he playing in that game? He's a basketball player. For me, the play call had to be better because Jaden Daniels is the competitor. The run part of the run pass option was the better option. He's going to take off and run, and it was a freak accident.
It was awful.
But watching his arm go that
it was
way,
awful.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was awful to watch. That was one of those, and I'm on social media. I'm on Twitter all day, and all you see is Jaden Dash slow motion, and I'm like, I just want to get away from it. Stay away from me.
Yeah, I appreciate the TV networks that we're not going to show that again.
No.
But
Please
if you need to see it, it's available on social media.
Yeah, you can find it everywhere. On social media.
And arms should not do that. And I mean, quite frankly, for blaming people, I blame Jaden Daniels' mom. Seriously, a couple weeks ago, she made that post about quit trying to make my son into RG3. We're different. I don't know now. I don't know. I never thought about that or making that comparison, that great rookie year, and then you start dealing with all these injuries because his injuries were weird, short-term, and, now we've got the long-term done for the year. But I never thought about comparing him injury-wise to RG3 until you made that post, and now he's hurt again.
Well, look, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Everybody has a sophomore slump. Not everybody. Most quarterbacks do.
We're talking about CJ Stroud?
Well, yeah, he's on a 2-year slump. Having said that, I mean,
10th grade was hard.
I want to see what happens moving forward with Jaden Daniels. The guy's got all the tools, so I think we're okay here. But yeah, the injuries are a problem, and as he matures in the NFL, he's going to have to make better decisions. Not to run because you're going to get hurt. I mean, he's not the biggest of kids, at least weight and physicalness wise. So Cowboys, though, play the Arizona Cardinals tonight in Jerry World. Kyler Murray's not going. He will not play tonight, and that is good news because, he's never been beaten in Jerry World. The other piece of good news comes from Jerry Jones himself, Jason Minix. He says, he's made a trade.
Listen carefully. I mean, he did. According to Jerry, not Shefty, not Rappaport. Jerry says a trade has been made and there are more in the works.
I don't know if I necessarily believe the owner and general manager of the Dallas Cowboys.
You need a more reliable source?
I need a more reliable source than Jerry Jones. But we'll talk about it, and we'll preview the game as well. We continue here live from the Roo Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Cowboys Cardinals tonight. You want to make watching Monday Night Football that much more exciting. Make sure you're playing the Pick'em game on Underdog. The best place to get in on all the action, make your picks, and win money right now in Texas. And it's easy to do. You choose higher or lower on predicted stats. And it's the Cowboys. They're playing tonight. So look at the Cardinals running back and go higher on rushing yards. I don't even know what the numbers are. Go higher because it's against the Cowboys' bad run defense. Also, I'm looking at Javonte Williams. Would you go higher or lower? 66.5 rush yards. George Pickens, I think, is going to have a huge game tonight. They've got him right now at 63.5 yards. I'm going higher there. Dak Prescott's passing numbers, to me, seem really high. I'm going to stay away from that one, but I do also like Jake Ferguson higher than 41.5 passing yards, and any kind of Brandon Aubrey stat you can get, I would go higher there. Just look at them and think about how it's going to be. The Cowboys have scored more than 40 in every home game this year. Download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. That's promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money.
Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Arizona Cardinals for Monday Night Football. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141-074-EM16004.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Peter. He loves his motorcycle. What he doesn't love is wind. Which is ironic, because wind is a big part of the whole wind-in-your-face motorcycle cliche. But nobody ever tells you how relentless a strong crosswind is, or the cliche wouldn't exist. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get a quote to see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Are you facing an unexpected financial emergency? You need WeFixMoney.com. WeFixMoney.com helps you get up to $5,000 fast. WeFixMoney.com is free to use, available 24/7, and has an A rating with the Better Business Bureau. Go to the name you trust. WeFixMoney.com. If you need emergency cash, up to $5,000 for bills or anything else, type WeFixMoney.com directly in your browser. That's WeFixMoney.com.
Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. $400 off with trade-in and 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit. Call Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country. 210-656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
License number 38961.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online, mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it.
But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at tsaog.com.
Hi, everybody. It's Joe Reinigle. You know, summer is behind us, so now is the time to get your roof inspected and be ready for whatever winter has in store for us. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar at 210-785-0994. They're a local, family-owned company. You know, the folks at Stevens Roofing deal with the same weather we do. Your roof protects your home. It protects your family. For comfort, confidence, and peace of mind, get your roof buttoned up for winter. Call Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or go to stevensroofing.net.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Live at the Roof Up 281 in Redland Road, getting you ready for the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. That is Monday Night Football tonight. Get on out here and watch this game on the big screens here at the Roof Up. No better place to get that done. Come hungry. The food's great. The drinks are cold.
Yep.
All of the above.
Well, and think about this. If you're a YouTube TV person.
That's right.
You have to come to the Roof Up because YouTube is giving you a couple of birds up and you can't watch it because they're still in that pissing match. And I know there's some talk out there, should YouTube and ESPN figure out a way to, get the game on, the exception to the rule because it is the Dallas Cowboys. And the answer to that is no. I mean, that's part of YouTube's leverage with ESPN and their negotiations. So they can't let this one slide. You made it all weekend, or some of you did. I mean, because the complaining on social media was certainly there, and I get it. I mean, all of us, no matter what service you end up with, at some point we're all going through this.
Yep.
It sucks when it affects you. And YouTube is just blown up lately. Like, a few years ago, it was like, it's DirecTV, and very few were full YouTube TV subscribers. And I don't know what the numbers are now and how many they claim to have, but this is affecting a lot of people, which makes the Roof Up the perfect place for you.
Absolutely. This is it's a great place to come, especially if you're having those problems. So get on down here, get yourself a seat, and start your Monday. I don't know if I got a feeling on this game or not.
Well, I mean, part of us, oh man, Kyler's not going to play. We're in good shape.
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
Well, see, that's the problem. In 18 games without Kyler Murray starting and finishing, the Cardinals are 1-17. That one win against the Dallas Cowboys in 2023. And remember, that was that quarterback that came in and nobody knew who he was, including the people that worked at the stadium. I forget his name. He's the big old head, that cone head looking dude. But you remember the Cowboys were without, Josh Dobbs. I knew it, Pledge. I just really didn't want to say his name because
Josh Dobbs.
But in that game, there were 3 offensive linemen not starting. It was a bad game all the way around for the Cowboys. This Cowboys team tonight, and offensively, at home, they have scored at least 40 in every home game. Dak Prescott plays so much better at home. This Cowboys unit seems to play better after a loss anyway. It's the roller coaster that they've been on this year. That is the 2025 Dallas Cowboys. So I am confident that the Cowboys would win, but I'm not confident enough to put $1 on this game, right?
Well, a lot of people are, though, Minix, because that line I think it started at 2.5.
Yeah.
And when the news that Kyler Murray wasn't going to play, went up to 3. Now, the last time I checked, it's 3.5. So people are putting money on it. And Arizona has just played everybody tough.
Yep.
Their record sucks, but every single game they've played, they've been in. And so if you think this is going to be a cakewalk for the Cowboys, I think again. Now, the Cowboys win it. I think they will, and probably by double digits, but it could be a dogfight for a little bit.
Although, and without looking, I don't think Arizona's lost by double digits all year.
I don't think so either.
But I kind of feel like there is, while I expect this to be a good game, I would not be surprised if Dallas won in a blowout. I would be surprised if they lost this game, because at some point, Arizona is going to feel like they've got no hope. And when that happens to a team, like I kind of feel like you saw it yesterday with New Orleans, and they haven't been good all year, but it's like they stopped trying in that game yesterday and thinking they might get Kyler back and that would give them some hope. I don't know what Jacoby is like in that locker room, but at some point that no hope, no soap end of the rope philosophy is going to kick in for the Arizona Cardinals. Could that happen tonight? Now, the other part of it, too, the nervousness that some Cowboy players are going to be feeling, because Jerry Jones claims to have made one trade already. He also claims that he's got 2 more in the works. That's what he is saying this afternoon on Sirius XM on Stephen A. Smith's radio show that's happening live up there at Texas Live. Now, one of the reasons I think that these haven't been announced yet is because there's some dude that's on the active roster that's going to play tonight and find out after the game or in the morning that he's not there. That, I think, could be a possibility. Now, that could really screw some things up if said player gets hurt, but that also could be playing some mind games inside the locker room with guys wondering, do they still have a job with the Dallas Cowboys? Or even if they're not the ones traded, are they about to go to the bench or see their playing time reduced because of the new guy that's going to be coming in? What a weird feeling when you're playing on Monday night to have the trade deadline tomorrow, and then Jerry Jones said, yeah, I've already made one move, but we're not telling you any details yet, because
he told Clarence Hill, coming out of the interview that he did with Stephen A., it will be consummated tomorrow. The trade will be consummated tomorrow. So
because they need somebody tonight.
Well, do they? I mean, I would if you're trading a piece, why that piece would play? Do that and then jeopardize the whole thing. I don't think it's that. And
you can't play scared.
Well,
I mean, you might need the guy in tonight's game.
Well, look, if it's Mozzie Smith, which has been rumored to be, he's on his way out. That he's not playing.
Well,
anyway,
that's not a major trade.
I'm just saying there are some players being mentioned that the Cowboys are going to be sellers on. We saw a cryptic kind of tweet from Max Crosby over the weekend talking about, hey, Raider Nation, it's been nice. I love y'all and hang in there. It will come. Sounds like he's on the move. Could he be coming to the Dallas Cowboys? Is that what Jerry's talking about? And if he's talking about a trade that's already been done, that makes sense. If Crosby's already saying goodbye to Raider Nation and then 2 more, then look, if they're all defensive moves, then maybe, depending on who they are, you might feel like the defense will improve significantly in a matter of time.
And significantly is in the 30s to the mid-20s.
Sure.
And with this offense, that might be good enough. But, and I'm with you, right? Like every rumor that we've heard with Max Crosby, there aren't players involved going back to Oakland or Copeland, the Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It's picks. So that one could be done, but it's typical Jerry. He doesn't need to steal headlines on Monday Night Football today because his team is on Monday Night Football, right? So and it's not like the Cowboys can keep secrets. If it's current players, I'm trying to think of who you think could be on the way out. Well, I mean, Diggs is on IR. Is he tradable while he's on IR? He ain't going to be able to pass a physical wherever he's going. Mozzie Smith, it doesn't matter if he plays or not. You don't notice him when he's out there. So, I mean, anybody of significance, but I'm thinking maybe could it be a Sam Williams that could be a correlating move?
Could be.
It really makes 0 sense to have a deal done and then say it's going to be consummated tomorrow.
what makes no sense, Jason, is the fact that you let that cat out of the bag.
Well,
Jerry wants
Jerry.
Jerry wants
Jerry.
everybody to say, "Look at us! Look at us! We're doing something. We are doing something." Especially his comment that everybody's still pissed off about with the $100 million deal that he did. That's the only reason he's saying anything, and he should just keep his mouth shut. But he knew he was going on with Stephen A. today. What I find interesting, Jason, and I'm looking at videos from Machota, Clarence Hill, a lot of these guys that were there today. Jerry Jones, all I hear are how much Cowboy fans hate this guy. That dude looked like a rock star coming out of that interview.
He is a rock star.
He looked like a rock star. There were people, masses of people taking pictures with Jerry, wanting autographs from Jerry. I see. So I don't buy that Cowboy fans hate Jerry Jones as much as they pretend that they hate Jerry Jones.
They do and they don't. It's a love-hate relationship. And I get it. I love Jerry Jones as the owner. Not the biggest fan of Jerry Jones as the general manager. He's the same guy, right? Jerry, the owner, is great.
I don't know why, and I do know why, but it baffles me that he would go on a national radio show and say he's already made a trade and there are 2 more to come. If any of those trades involve any of his current players. It's so Jerry Jones, but it's just like, why, Jerry? Why?
Well, and there's no reason. I mean, it's the trade deadline. There is no reason to say we've got a finalized, consummated deal, turn it into the league office. I mean, what happens? It's not finalized right now.
No.
And details aren't out. But, let's go to a pretend world, a scenario that we know is not going to happen, right? Just follow me here. What if he's trying to work a deal to get Micah Parsons back? Which, again, I'm just,
all right.
Right? But it will be finalized tomorrow. And now you've said it. Now every team knows there's 30 other teams going, well, who's he got to deal with? Oh, Max Crosby. What is Jerry offering you? Or Micah, what is Jerry offering you? All right, I'll sweeten the pot a little bit.
Yeah.
Deal's now done.
Exactly.
Unless it's finalized to the degree in which it's been turned into the league office with a hold. This is, I mean, it doesn't make sense unless the player involved is playing tonight and the Cowboys can't afford to go into the game without this player. And assuming he gets through the game healthy, it'll be, the contingency. What's it in real estate? You assign your earnest money or whatever. We've got a deal. Here's a little earnest money. We get to the deal and you bought a new truck. Now you don't qualify USOB.
Exactly right.
I mean, it almost feels like it could be a situation like that.
That's, again, why it makes no sense for Jerry to go on there on any program, regardless, and say, we've made a trade.
He can't go on there and say nothing.
Well, he can.
No,
and that's what he should have said.
It's Jerry. He
I
can't.
get it.
Every other GM can. He cannot.
See, now everybody's speculating about it. Bobby Belt is tweeting out. Jerry talked about a linebacker being a serious need last Tuesday with us. Who could it be? What linebackers are out there? That dude from Cincinnati, maybe. I don't know. Max Crosby, is he available? Are we trading for this guy or that guy? The speculation is running rampant, and that's exactly what Jerry Jones wants.
Which is exactly why Jerry Jones did it, right? All right. We got Stephen A. at Texas Live. Place is full early in the morning. All this is going on. What can we throw out there to stir the pot? I mean, you want to get all that stuff up against the wall. And again, on a day in which the Cowboys don't have to stir the pot, because they are on Monday Night Football. They will have that spotlight. And the trade deadline and the speculation was going to be there whether Jerry said a word or not. But Mr. Barnum is getting the job done. This is what he does.
So here's the deal. If there's a trade been made, everybody's speculating about Max Crosby, the linebacker from Cincinnati, this or that, and it's going to be Job Smith out of a third stringer from, the Cleveland Browns.
There are.
That's going to be what the hell?
I mean, it's better than what they have now.
I'm not sure if he's third string for the Cleveland Browns. I would say no.
It just gives me somebody else to be mad at, and that's better than what we have now. Now, you know damn well that the people that know how to do this stuff, and I'm not one of them. They're checking all the private jet airports out of every NFL city on private jets that are going to Dallas area. Let's see. And how do you do that? Private jet from Las Vegas to Dallas, I imagine there's a bunch of those every day. But which one of them might include a Max Crosby on the passenger side?
Well, it could be. He's not playing football tonight, so he could be there.
Well, and he could, but here's the other part. Who do the Cowboys play next week? Nobody, because they're on the bye. So the urgency of getting a guy in and getting him ready to play this weekend isn't there for the Dallas Cowboys, which means the Cowboys can take trade news and stretch it out a little bit more.
No, well, absolutely. What is it? 3:00 Central Time tomorrow is the trade deadline.
Yeah.
So anytime, any point between after the game tonight and then, you can make that noise. I love Jerry Jones. I've said that a million times, but sometimes I just don't understand him. This makes it. Well, everybody's talking Cowboys and who this could be, and I guarantee you we're getting all excited, and then the beer goggles wear off, and you're like, oh, geez, let me out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, but again, if you're Jerry, you're getting what you want. The disappointment always comes with Dallas. So even if it's not the big name you're hoping for, or if it is, right, we're talking about it. And Jerry, the ultimate teaser, has every sports person and fan speculating. I mean, that's the bottom line.
How is it that Jerry's making this big production out of this, and the Philadelphia Eagles quietly go out and get a pass rusher and a cornerback? How do they do that?
Because they operate in the dark and they know what they're doing and they've got a plan and they execute the plan. That's why their GM Howie Roseman is a Hall of Famer.
He's got to be the best in the league.
I mean, there's no doubt he's the best in the league, and that pisses me off to say. But give credit where credit is due. That dude does work, and when you see what he's getting and what he's giving up,
yes.
Now I realize it feels like there is a Cowboys tax, that the Cowboys are going to pay a little bit more than some other guys. But how does Howie fleece everybody?
He does, and he's very good at it. The Philadelphia Eagles continue to get better, while the Cowboys, at least at this moment in time, have not. We'll see what is consummated tomorrow between the Cowboys and whomever they've decided to trade. We're here at the Rue Pub. Best place to come watch the Cowboys Cardinals game tonight. It's the best place to watch any sporting event. And I know it was packed yesterday. A lot of great NFL action going on yesterday. Some big surprises as well. We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you need an electrician, you know Hill Electric is available for both residential and commercial needs. I know I've used Hill Electric for a variety of projects in my home through the years. They do fantastic work and have for well over 3 decades. The family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio homes and businesses. And whether it's a project at your work, a project at your house, Hill Electric has the right service at the right price. Get this. Never a service charge, always free estimates. So it costs you absolutely nothing to figure out what it will take to get a project done. Call Hill Electric, 210-404-9074. 404-9074 or hill-electric.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars $50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The $50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
How about them Cowboys? We rise as one in Texas, sporting handed-down silver and blue jerseys. We come together for America's team every time they take the field. So let's share a round of Jim Beam and lemonade on game day together because people are good for you, especially for us in Cowboys country. Presented by Jim Beam, bringing fans together across Cowboys country. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2024 James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm. How can I help?
Hi, I got hurt in a wreck, but I don't know if it's really worth getting an attorney.
Don't worry. You called the right place.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7, and you don't pay unless we win. We recently secured a jury verdict for $210 million in a wrongful death case. So if you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Progressive has great customer service, and it's easy to reach us because great and easy is the way to be. Like salads, great for you, and so easy you can put any group of veggies in a bowl and it's a salad. A full carrot with a head of cabbage, weird, but still a salad. 1 radish and a couple of green beans, also a salad. 14 blueberries, half an onion, and a sunchoke. Odd, yes, but an odd salad. So contact Progressive's customer service by phone, app, or online. It's great and easy, just like salad. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers. Presented by Just Spots. Pregame at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good to hear the Aggies back in action this weekend. They were off this week and stayed right where they were in the latest AP poll at number 3. College football playoff poll, the first one comes out tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that to see where everybody is because in the latest AP poll, somebody needs to explain to me why Oklahoma is ranked ahead of Texas. I'm not sure I get that completely, but it is what it is. So I don't know, since Texas beat them head-to-head, and they both have 2 losses, and you know how it is.
You make it make sense. But again, Texas had a bad loss, and they dropped way down in the poll, and, they were number 1. I mean, look, polls are we all say we hate them, yet we can't wait for them to come out.
Sure.
So we can bitch about that.
Right.
And we know it's all going to change. So it doesn't matter. But it is fun when it comes out, and like I said, we're in the content business, and that's what it's there. Where and it's weird because they end up start talking more about polls and things that don't matter than the games itself that do matter.
But it's like, could you imagine if they did weekly polls like that in the NFL? You look at some of the games yesterday, the expected teams to win, more underdogs won yesterday than I can't remember a weekend like what we had this weekend in the NFL. A lot of teams that we had up here, you go, well, let me rethink this. Maybe they're not what we thought they were.
It's a week-to-week league in the NFL. It just is a week-to-week league because everybody's bagging on the Colts. We're losing to the Steelers. But look, they went to Pittsburgh, and they were the Colts had lost one game. I got news for everybody out there. Most teams are going to lose multiple games in an NFL season. I mean, it's going to happen.
But it's the way it happened for Indianapolis. If they would have lost that game to Denver, which they should have lost that game to Denver, dumb penalty on the field goal that allowed them to escape that there with the win. You'd be like, all right, that was a loss. But yesterday, Daniel Jones looked like he was playing for the New York Giants. That version of Daniel Jones showed up. And that's, you start going, well, has Indy played anybody but Tennessee? Has Indy played all right? And there were questions about how tough was their actual schedule. They played a good team and they lost. They played another good team that sometimes plays good in Denver, sometimes they don't. And they escaped with a win. They got punched in the mouth yesterday.
They did.
And Pittsburgh has been a good team that's played some bad football. What did Tomlin say afterwards? It's the same team that got destroyed last week. And then he made a wine analogy and grapes analogy. And then they had a good plan, and it worked, but they got turnovers.
They got lucky, too. No, they did. They did. Early in that game, Indianapolis took the opening kickoff, drove it right down the field, scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh was 3 and out on the next possession. They punt, and Pittsburgh gets a muff.
Mm-hmm.
And so they did get lucky to get the engine started. So I'm not ready to write off Indianapolis just yet. They're still the best team in that division. I don't think there's any question about it.
I know we'll talk about it tomorrow on the show with Indy Kalu. But is it time to write off the Houston Texans?
Yes, with no CJ Stroud, depending on how much time he misses. You have to assume he's going to miss next week's game. I would think. Maybe he doesn't, but.
Well, I mean, concussions are concussions, and you've got to go through the protocol. It looked bad.
Oh.
But the Texans did not look great. Davis Mills, actually, I didn't think looked bad. They just couldn't score. They kicked a bunch of field goals. But the defense showed signs of wear late in that game, which is why they lost. That defense got tired. And, if you're the Texans, if you're Nick Caserio, and we're at that point of the year where you have to decide, are we a playoff team or are we not a playoff team? And I know nobody likes the word tanking but now you've got to position yourself for draft picks. Everybody knows it's hard to get better when you're picking in the middle of the pack every year. You don't want to be 500. Either be really good or really bad. But being mediocre, being 6'7", as the kids would say, it's hard to get better from there.
That's absolutely true, because your draft pick is going to be 6'7".
Yeah.
Right in there. So, look, I don't know. I don't know if Houston is it time for anybody to concede just yet, though? Because the Colts lose. What are they now? 7-2. The Jags did win. They pulled out a win, but I'm not sold on that team, not whatsoever.
But there's not a wild card coming from the AFC South.
You're either winning the division or you're out, and so I just don't know if Houston has it. Especially if CJ Stroud misses any time at all, even just a game, it's going to be tough.
Well, and then you start looking at, Kansas City lost another one yesterday. None of us are going to start counting out Kansas City because they've got Patrick Mahomes. And even in a game like yesterday where he did not play good football.
Not at all.
It was the first time in his career his completion percentage was under 50%, which is bizarre. Yet, 2 heaves and towards the end zone at the end and to sending that thing to overtime. Kansas City did not play good football yesterday, and yet Buffalo escaped with the win. They dominated that game, yet escaped with the win.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Look, that division is tough. Denver now is in the lead. You got the Chargers right there, and then the Chiefs. So, I mean, can you imagine Kansas City going in as a wild card team. I guess that could possibly happen, but and I wouldn't count them out. They're just too talented.
Well, see, and you bring up the Chargers. They got a tough win on the road at Tennessee. I mean, in that game, Tennessee gets a pick six off of Justin Herbert. They had some other fluky plays, but Kansas, the Chargers thinking, all right, this should be a good get-right game, and it wasn't. They, again, escaped Nashville with a win, and as much as I love Cam Ward, I'm glad he's playing in Nashville and not in a city or for a team that gets any kind of national exposure because in reality, every show in America should be ripping the piss poor play you're getting from the number one overall pick. I mean, he was the least hyped number one overall quarterback I think ever taken and gets so little attention. Because if he was getting the attention, I watched quite a bit of that game yesterday. And,
why?
And
were you forced?
No, there's money. Well, and because it was actually a good game. As I'm flipping around of the games that I was trying to watch when I got home from the coast in the early window, that one was a good game that was in, and so I started watching it. But some of it, I like Cam. know him, but I know his parents really well, and I want him to do well, and he just isn't. And it's not just the people around him. Cam is, and I was thinking, I'm glad that he's wasn't getting the spotlight that Caleb has dealt with, or even McCarthy in Minnesota with the quarterback whisperer, or some of these other quarterbacks that were number one overall picks, because Cam and his decision-making and some of his throws were just awful. And at the same time, then he makes some throws. You go, yeah, there it is. But I'm glad he's not having to deal with the normal pressure that most number one overall quarterbacks have to deal with.
I'm not worried about Cam Ward, and I'll tell you why. Because the head coach is gone, should have been gone. He's going to get a whole new regime in there next year. I'm hoping it is an offensive type coach that can come in and take him under his wing and improve. He's got all the tools, obviously. So I'm not going to write Cam Ward off yet. I think the next year or two will tell the tale, depending on what the Tennessee Titans do, who they hire, and who takes over that program. So I'm okay with Cam Ward just now, but right now the guy's running for his life. He's got nothing, and it's tough for him. But so we'll see. Give him a couple of years, Minix. Don't get out.
No, but I'm just saying, your typical, like, could you imagine Caleb Williams playing in Nashville and nobody's paying attention versus the stuff that was said last year about Caleb Williams, right? Now
that's still being said about Caleb Williams,
right? I mean, Cam doesn't have to deal with that, and I'm happy for him because it was brutal. That was hard to watch, but again, Justin Herbert, he threw for a gazillion yards yesterday, and stats look good, but they had to hang on to win that game.
Well, they're still a banged up football team.
They are.
If they get healthy,
more injuries.
If they get healthy, I think they're talented. You saw how they started the season. They started out pretty nice, and then the injuries came. But everybody's dealing with that. The game that I loved yesterday, that I absolutely loved, was the Carolina Panthers beating the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. It wasn't a road game for the Packers. It was a home game for the Packers. And as expected, everybody's golden child, Micah Parsons.
Here we go.
Didn't take him long to throw his quarterback right under the bus. Right under the bus.
Your favorite player, Micah Parsons. In fact, I'm going to start a little GoFundMe so we can all chip in and get you a Micah Parsons Green Bay jersey, the one from yesterday.
Not from yesterday, dude. Looked like they threw up all over themselves.
Dude, those uniforms were god-awful.
They were terrible,
really,
man.
Dude Wipe should make a version of that one because that's what it felt like those should be used for. But I'll get you a little hat that looked like their helmets. You can wear that,
geez,
in the winter.
Were they trying to look like the old leather helmets? That's what they're trying to look like, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It was awful. It was awful.
That's being too kind. Micah Parsons, all of one tackle yesterday. And Rico running right at him because that's the game plan when you're going against Micah.
And Rico knew that. Rico knew that.
Who is still Micah Parsons, great player. frustration already setting in. While he's not doing a podcast, he is still talking to reporters, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't have the quote in front of me, but basically said, you can't throw for 100 yards and expect to win. Well, guess how many passing yards Jordan Love had yesterday? 100 yards.
Yeah.
So it kind of feels like he's, hey, our defense did the job. We held the opponent under 20. Offense has to chip in and do something.
That's exactly what he said, although they did give up 130 yards on the ground to Rico Dowdle and a couple of touchdowns. So, look, but, does it surprise you that it took, 4 or 5 games before Micah Parsons is blaming somebody besides himself for a loss? That guy, so happy that Jerry had the wisdom to trade that dude away. He's just not a good teammate. Not a good teammate at all.
Your love for that guy is.
Well, he's just not a good teammate. I don't like guys like that. I don't care how good they are in the field. Don't like them. Nobody liked him in Dallas. We found that out at training camp. So it was the best thing that happened to the Dallas Cowboys, without a doubt. Again, the wisdom of one Jerry Jones. Mm-hmm. The man is an absolute genius. Genius.
Uh-huh. Yes. Yes. You're an idiot genius.
Still a rock star, though. My goodness, you would think it was the Beatles that showed up at Stephen A. Smith's radio interview today with all the cameras and the autograph signings and all of that.
They were all there for Michael Irvin.
Yeah, is that what it is? Yeah. Okay. I didn't see Irvin standing out there. I did see Jerry out there, though.
Irvin was there. I saw a little bit of Irvin.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that was it.
Yeah.
Maybe that was it. Another former Cowboy making some news today. I think Tony Romo had he didn't fart on the air.
No, stop.
But a belch maybe, or he was having
he was making noises.
He was right in the middle of a call.
Not that kind of noise, Pledge. Stop.
Unplug it, baby.
No, he didn't
wasn't
say
that either.
Yet. No. Don't do that again. We're not even an hour into the Monday show.
I love it. It's Monday. We're at the Root Pub, man. Are you kidding me? Well, we'll hear Tony Romo's weird noise, and you can tell us what you think it is.
It might be a poll.
It could be a poll. It could very well be a poll. We don't have one up yet. You need to get on down here and watch us live, though. We're at the Root Pub, 281 in Redland Road. Come on down here and get ready for the Cowboys and the Cardinals game. Best place to do it is right here at the Root Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Injuries happen, and when they do, you can skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocation, sprains, strains, conveniently located in the Corey area with extended hours Monday through Saturday. They have on-site x-ray, casting, and bracing. In fact, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, but best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. So if you're injured, get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic. Learn more online at tsaog.com. That's tsaog.com.
When you think San Antonio sports, think 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Your home for the Cowboys. KTFM Floresville and SASportsStar.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. A free drinking water system installed at your kitchen sink with the cleanest, best tasting water you've ever had. Better for your coffee maker, better for cooking, better for everything. Free with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, but only for a limited time.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
And is the last water softener you'll ever own. Right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking water station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call us at 656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com. and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
Last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
NCE General Contractors, based in San Antonio, is one of the fastest growing nationwide general contractors with a focus on commercial new construction, design build projects, building renovations, tenant finish outs, site upgrades, and building maintenance. NCE President Brian Ehrlich's a former Madison quarterback and proud to support high school football in San Antonio, building relationships first, then buildings that last. Learn more about NCE General Contractors online at ncegc.co. That's ncegc.co.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
Hola, mi esposo se lastimó en un accidente ayer. ¿Me puede ayudar?
Claro que sí. Estamos aquí para servirle.
I'm Jeff Davis. At Davis Law Firm, we're here for you 24/7. Our team of Texas attorneys has been helping people injured in car, truck, or 18-wheeler wrecks for more than 25 years. And there's no fee unless we win. Y hablamos español. If you've been hurt, call us at 444-4444.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Well, the San Antonio Spurs were handed their first loss of the season last night in Phoenix. They fall to the Suns 131-18. Wemby held to just 9 points and 9 boards in the loss. Dylan Harper, he suffered a calf injury. He was seen in a walking boot last night. Spurs are back in action Wednesday. They take on the Lakers in L.A. Latest AP poll is out. A&M on a bye, remained at 3rd. Texas Tech moves up back into the top 10 at 9. Texas moves to 13.
This Sports Center update brought to you by Twin Peaks.
Joe Reinagel.
That's the 3rd time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minutes.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Pub 281 and Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagel. He is Jason Minix, and I was trying to tell a story to Pledge and Minix during the break that I was watching the NFL Network yesterday.
Yep.
And their pregame show, whatever it was, and I was very impressed with Colleen Wolfe. Now, I know, oh, yeah, of course you were. She's shiny.
Yeah.
She's a very attractive young lady.
But the story was interesting. That's where you were trying to tell a good story, and Pledge went straight down the chart.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. I think he mentioned Colleen Wolfe. I just couldn't remember her name.
He did not.
But she did this great.
She was going down the chart.
It was a rehash.
His roster.
It was a rehash of the first half of the season. And she went from big screen to big screen, and she just did a hell of a job. And I was very impressed with her. So there's that.
You were watching as the TV consultant guy.
I was, and I would have given Colleen an A for that story.
Good.
And
her producers.
I would have been very kind to her.
thankful.
Yes, she did a great job.
Yeah.
Nice personality. She looked good. Mini skirt. I mean, the whole thing was there. It was just perfect.
He was showing me his phone. The Google image search from yesterday. It's still there.
It is still there. Well, I wanted to look her up because that was the producers didn't do a very good job of letting me know who she was. So I had to look her up. I had no choice in the matter. She did a great job. I still watch for things like that.
I am glad that somebody that's been at the NFL Network for years and years and years has finally caught your attention.
Well, not a big watcher of the NFL Network, to be totally honest with you. I never have been. And I'd seen her before, obviously. But, I just happened to tune in, and she came back from a commercial, and she did this piece. It was really nice. Probably a 3 or 4 minute piece, which takes a little while.
They got a lot of time to fill. 3 or 4 minutes is a long time.
In TV, that's an eternity. I'm going to tell you, that's for sure.
Exactly. In a lot of parts of your world.
Yes. So I was impressed with her. So just in case you guys and gals are wondering what we talk about during the break, sometimes it's stuff like that.
Most of the time,
just goofy stuff that means nothing. Hey, just a reminder to everybody. Tomorrow's Election Day.
Election Day.
It is Election Day. Now, early voting ended on Friday, so you can't go vote today. But if you haven't voted, make plans to get out tomorrow and cast your ballot. When a Props A and B to get passed.
Man, and I know the Spurs are nervous about it.
I think they should be.
And they should be. And it's been a long time since I've anticipated election results.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling tomorrow I will be paying very close attention to what the election results are.
Well, and unfortunately, we won't know anything. Well, the polls close about 7 o'clock, I think.
Yeah,
and so
7.
Then I guess some results will start to be released, but we'll be off the air.
Yeah.
And so we'll all have to watch that together. It's going to be interesting to see.
Together from our own homes.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Although I think the Spurs are hosting a watch party.
I think they are, actually.
I probably wouldn't go to that.
I hope that's a celebration.
Yes.
By the time it's all said and done, I'd hate to go out there and be sad when I left.
It's like any, political watch party. You just hope you're at the right one.
Yeah.
That your candidate wins.
Yes.
Let's do the headline blitz.
This is Jason and Joe's Headline Blitz. 2 guys, 2 opinions, never enough time.
There are times when you're doing play-by-play that sometimes you see stuff and you just don't know what to say, right? And Kirk Herbstreit reached that moment during a broadcast over the weekend. He was doing the Oklahoma game, Oklahoma, Tennessee.
Yep.
And Herbie is really good and really neutral. He does give opinions, but he is a guy that typically looks for the positive with what he's talking about.
That. Sure.
Now, there are certain topics where he is very, exactly where he stands. But for the most part, I feel like Kirk Herbstreit is always looking for the positive, the good in a story. Except for, like our good friend Indy Kalu, he might hate kickers and punters, special teams types, especially if they're wearing Daisy Dukes in a game. And to a degree, whatever it is that the Oklahoma, was it the punter had?
The punter is the place kicker.
The place kicker, whichever one of them kicker types. And boy, I this feels like something that you would think, oh man, his mic was open. That wasn't meant for air.
The Volunteers know he's got his shorts on. I guess that's no longer frowned upon in the sport.
Yeah, I guess not. It is with me, but
those are the shortest I've ever seen
yeah.
on a football field.
Should be,
right?
Bill, that should be a penalty. Just dressing like that should be a penalty. What the hell is it? Wearing shorts out there?
Another 50 plus. This is from 51 to give Oklahoma the lead. Sandell, short shorts, but not short on distance. Powers it through again from 51, and Oklahoma is on top on Rocky Top. Venables smiling for good reason. His team's been outplayed with the 2 takeaways. Not done much on offense, but they got a kicker.
Yeah, got his Daisy Dukes on and puts it in the middle again. Uh-oh, here he comes again, letting people know.
You know, I have to agree with Herbie on this one because it looked ridiculous.
What the hell is that?
It looked ridiculous.
I mean, it's like biker shorts.
Yes, and they were well above his knee.
Oh, they were mid-thigh.
Well, okay,
yeah,
that's well above your knee,
above the knee. I mean, yeah, that. And again, shouldn't there be a penalty for that?
Well, there should be. He's out of uniform. Well, nobody else wearing shorts. I mean, seriously, I don't know how they let him get away with that. I'm going to follow this and see because, I mean, if I'm a Tennessee head coach or somebody else, nobody else can do that. Or if you can, we don't know about it. And so the next thing you know, everybody's going to have shorts on playing football.
Well, he clearly had no knee pads.
No.
I'm guessing he didn't have any thigh pads in. But he knows he's not going to hit anybody. But it did look ridiculous. Now, I was at a bar in Rockport, the grand opening of the Salty Dolphin, which is a part of the Ingram Bar Group that also owns the Roo Pub.
Right.
And so we're watching without sound. And that's what's funny as hell to me is hearing the sound later from Herb Street, because all of us at that bar were making fun of that dude in his little short shorts.
I mean, if you get a chance to go see it, or if you didn't see it live, I saw it live too, just flipping around on Saturday, and ridiculous. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. So, Kirk Herbstreit, we agree on this one, my friend. There ought to be a penalty for that. Nobody wants to see that.
No. Now, the other one is coming from the Bills-Chiefs broadcast involving Tony Romo. Now, we want you to listen carefully and try to figure out what noise did Tony Romo make in the middle of the game?
And you'll see right here, pulled, and then another hold right there. I think it was...
That enchilada's not going over too well
now.
now.
Ryan Nagel heard that and was like, was he taking a dump in the middle of the broadcast?
What the hell?
I mean, he's like, is he holding? Nah, that's all that was. It was theatrics. Although when you hear it,
yeah.
When you hear it, you're like, ugh, you're right. I mean, one, I've never been to Buffalo, but I'm pretty sure that I would not order an enchilada plate in Buffalo, New York.
Bad wings. I don't know what they were, man. That was just, let me hear it again, Pledge.
We don't need to know what the soundtrack of the Ryan Nagel morning routine is like.
I think Tony was out with the Bills Mania.
The Bills Mafia?
Bills Mafia. Speaking of that, I saw a clip today on the socials.
Oh, God.
They had a picture of Patrick Mahomes with his mouth open, and a Buffalo Bill logo in the shape of a pole.
Yes,
and that guy was going back and forth. I thought that was hilarious. You know what?
of course you did.
If I ever get to go to a game, I would love to go to a Bills game, honestly, and hang around. And now in September, okay, not in November or December.
You
but yes,
you need to go to a game in December and shirtless.
No, I will not. But I would love to go to a Bills game. They look like they have more fun than anybody.
Well, they do. I mean, it's like going to an A&M tailgate. I mean, they just do it differently. Would you jump through a table?
No, dude. I would simply there as a spectator. Now I'd be drinking beer. I mean, I'd partake
like
there.
Old
But
Jason Kelsey, remember when he was there? I mean, if you're gonna do it,
I'm not doing it.
If you're gonna do it, you got to do it right. You got to go when the weather sucks.
No.
You say if you ever get a chance, you could go.
I could.
I mean, you book a plane ticket. It might take 4 stops to get there on Southwest from here.
It might, yes.
But John over at Awesome Tickets, he can
hook me up.
Get you tickets.
And they're gonna have a brand new stadium next year.
Yeah, but you need to go to this one. You need
I
to
would
go
like
this
to.
year.
Well, it's getting a little late for that, Minix. Although it didn't look like it was too cold yesterday.
You would have froze to death.
Well,
there
probably
yesterday.
would have.
For them, it's fine. For you.
I have to find out. Let's see who's will be a good one to go to. When they've already played New England and Buffalo. Damn.
Hang on. Let's check the Bills' schedule real quick.
Well, because that would be a good one to go to. I've already been to Foxborough. I've seen that stadium.
Let's see. They play.
They got anybody good left?
Yeah, they got Philadelphia December 28th.
Oh, yeah.
You're already off.
That
December
one.
28th.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go to that one.
All right.
Dude, I don't have enough clothes to put on to go to that one.
They're playing the Bengals on December 7th.
I don't want to see that one. Who wants to see that? Now, would you say the Eagles on the 28th
of December?
That would be fun to go to.
I think you should go to Buffalo, New York. Go Niagara Falls instead of Cabo Falls, right? I mean, all the clothes in the world instead of none, right?
I do have to do that. I'll check their schedule next September.
No, we'll find. They got Tampa Bay coming up November 16th.
Now that would be a good game.
Yeah, I mean, you blow off the kids' wedding.
Blow off the kids' wedding. I bet I can take a flight from Houston to get there. Is that a 3:00 window game or is it a noon game?
1:00 Eastern.
Oh, geez. Oh, that'd be tough.
Oh, I mean,
I wouldn't get the tailgate very much unless I took a red eye
from Houston.
Sure. Take a red eye Saturday night. I'd already be drunk.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have to catch up.
So what time is the wedding?
The wedding actually starts at 5:00 or 5:30. I'm not sure exactly what time.
So you can probably catch a flight out of Houston.
Well, I mean, I got to stay for the reception.
Well, how long?
Well, I don't know.
How long? I mean, you get your photos, you do a toast, you get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
And
I don't
be typical. You get out of there before they hand you the bill.
Little Irish goodbye.
Yeah, exactly.
Bill's already been paid. they don't wait till after the event. You got to pay up front. That's not how it works.
I trust.
Oh my goodness. Well, you'll find out one day, Minix.
Yeah,
you will. And I can't wait. I'm going to laugh my head off.
I cancel that Mexico trip. December 28th, you're going to go see the Bills and the Eagles.
That would be a hell of a game.
And call John over at Awesome. He'll get you tickets.
He could probably give me sweet tickets.
I mean, but whatever you're willing to pay.
Exactly.
I mean, but no, I think you got to be out in the element.
No, I'm not being out in any element. It's cold outside here in San Antonio as far as I'm concerned.
Well, today?
Well, it will be.
Might be.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could be.
I don't know. It was very cold in Phoenix apparently yesterday for the San Antonio group, especially for one Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, what the hell?
What did the Suns do to affect Big Wemby? We're talking about it when we continue here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
With Progressive, you can reach customer service in the way that's easiest for you, by phone, app, or online. We know it would be great if we just magically appeared, but that's more of a genie thing, and we do insurance. But with us, you'd be like, well, it wasn't a genie, but it was great customer service, so that's nice. And sure, you probably would still like the whole 3 wishes thing, so if you meet a genie, you should definitely ask. But when you need us, contact Progressive by phone, app, or online. Just no genies. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7. So you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Peter. He loves his motorcycle. What he doesn't love is wind. Which is ironic because wind is a big part of the whole wind-in-your-face motorcycle cliche. But nobody ever tells you how relentless a strong crosswind is, or the cliche wouldn't exist. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get a quote to see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in D.C.
Hi, this is Sarah at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
I've always dreamed of a beautiful kitchen, but my wife just wants to stay organized.
You know what they say about opposites.
That they can't agree on a kitchen?
Well, IKEA kitchens come in many styles with a variety of customizable organizers. So maybe you're not opposites at all.
Beautiful and organized. Now we just have to figure out what to eat.
That's a different department. Get the kitchen of your dreams at a price you didn't dream possible at IKEA.US/dreamkitchen. Dream the possibilities.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E M16004.
Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and respect. A firm backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients. If you've been injured, trust Thomas J. Henry. San Antonio, Texas.
You could think you found your dream home online, but here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the morning huddles. AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Brian Schottenheimer, good morning, Coach.
Hey, what's up, guys? I got to say, it was a weird transition for me to come on to the show and hear a bunch of moaning. And then I heard moaning and manning and all these things. It was really kind of weird. Edwin didn't prepare me for that.
Moaning? Coach, tell him. Can you tell the audience you've got no interest in drafting Arch Manning in the upcoming draft?
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, my goodness. Some good music there. And I think that means we need to give away some tickets when I hear that music, because I know who that is.
No, you don't.
No, I don't.
No, that's next segment.
Oh, it is next segment?
That was queued up perfectly, and you fumbled.
Oh.
So who was that, since you know who that is?
I have no idea. I thought it was somebody else that's on my my script here. I'd have to hear it again, Pledge. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. Who was it? I have no idea. Should I know who this is?
No, it's a one-hit wonder.
There you go.
Because I'm like, that's no, not who is that, Pledge?
See that? Even Menix doesn't know who the hell that is.
Not a surf. Popular.
Who? What?
It's Not a Surf.
What?
It's the song Popular by Not a Surf.
Yeah.
Not a Surf.
Yeah. Huh. All right. I wouldn't have gotten that one either.
Another genius band name.
But
Not a Surf.
But for all of you listening right there, just know that when we do come back with Boys Like Girls in the next segment, and Ryan Eagle's not going to know who that is either.
I'm not.
But we do have tickets to give away.
It's on
he
our.
Just jumped ahead in the rundown.
It's on our script. I forgot what time it was.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Ron Burgundy. I mean, here we go. See, Pledge is going to play something completely different next time, just so you're going to be like, that's. Well,
I don't care, because I'm still going to give away tickets to Boys Like Girls.
But you're going to say that it's, Bucky, stop.
Boys Like Girls. That's who's coming up next.
No,
hey, that's Joe. We're playing the hits. Oh, my goodness. So stay tuned for that. Those tickets to give away. And Claymore on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page reminds us all it is a Mellow Monday. It certainly is a Mellow Mushroom Monday. We'll be giving away a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom coming up later in the show as well. But we're live at the Rue Pub, 281 in Redland Road. You ought to get on down here. This is the best place to come in here. There's going to be a lot of Cowboy fans in here tonight. You know that, watching the Cowboys Cardinals. And it's going to be an interesting game just simply because you were talking during the break, Minix. If Jerry says he has a trade, it's funny that Adam Schefter knows nothing about it, or Ian Rappaport knows nothing about it either. But it may depend.
That there is a trade done, and then afterwards, he tells Dallas media it will be consummated tomorrow. I wonder if there's a contingency on it, because one of two things make sense here. A player is going to play tonight for the Cowboys, and if he gets through the game healthy, tomorrow he's going to find out he's traded. They can't let him know tonight because they need to get the most out of him, not thinking about moving, and if he's got kids, 100% focus. They're lying to you. You're good. You're not good, right? I mean, or if the Cowboys win tonight, Jerry will finalize the deal tomorrow, because now you're back to 500. If you drop 2 games under 500, do you really want to invest whatever it is? Because if he says it's a major player, Max Crosby, that's going to cost you a lot of money. Are you going to do that for a team that's 3-5-1 versus 4-4-1? I wonder if it's either the player is expected to play tonight and contribute, or if they win tonight, we can truly be all in. If we don't win tonight, well, the hell with it.
Well, that could very well be. But you know what? I think if it is Max Crosby, if that's the guy, I make that deal anyway. He's under contract for the rest of the season and then 2 years after. If you need a pass rush, you know that. And as part of it, depending on what the terms of the deal are, why not make that deal anyway? And have Crosby in-house and ready to go, and as you continue to rebuild that defense. I don't know. It's it'll be interesting to see what he does. And I appreciate Claymore, the real Claymore, on our San Antonio Sports Star YouTube page, saying that was a fake account either way, fake account or no, it is a mellow Monday. So it doesn't matter, and that's a good thing. But I will keep that in mind. Claymore and everybody else.
Claymore has fake accounts?
Well, it's not him doing it, but it's that little color scheme there on the left-hand side. That's a fake account. Claymore's actually got his picture there.
Well, there's somebody in our YouTube that's got all kinds of fake names.
Yeah,
and I feel like Claymore's like Wemby. He just blocks them all. And so he's pissed off somebody. But we'll figure it out. We'll stay on top of this Cowboys trade rumor. Or, and do we call it a rumor? Jerry Jones says he has made a deal, one, and he's got two more in the works.
That's what he said.
That's from Jerry Jones. Hard to get a better source than that. This isn't John Machota, who will join us in about an hour, or Clarence Hill, or Calvin Watkins, or Jane Slater. It's Jerry Jones saying it. Not somebody said they heard Jerry Jones. It's Jerry Jones saying it, so something is up. Now we look at all the new fake Claymores in there. Good Lord. Speaking of Wemby and blocks, I think he'd like to block out last night's performance, although he did have 4 in the loss last night. Spurs got destroyed. Not a good game last night, their first loss of the year. And quite frankly, we knew they weren't going to go 82-0. It was just a bad game. And Mitch Johnson said afterwards, this is a team that didn't have the right approach from the jump.
I didn't give a ton of credit to Phoenix. I think they imposed the will in the game. They were physical. They were competitive. They set a tone from the jump in a variety of ways, and physicality with all of our players was definitely part of that.
They did set a tone, and what I'm wondering is, or it could have just been an off night for Victor Wembanyama, but the way Phoenix was defending him, I hadn't seen that yet this year, and I think it bothered him a little bit. Now, I think Wemby will see that. They'll work on it, and if other teams try it, he'll have an answer for it. But you got to credit Phoenix for the way they defended Victor Wembanyama yesterday. They made him look mortal. They absolutely did. So.
Well, and Mitch talked about that defense on Wemby from the Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, I think he's going to see a variety of schemes and defenses, as we've already seen the matchups, to your point, of who is the profile guarding him. And, I think he and we all need to be better. I don't think anybody was specifically very good to start the game. And then we kind of got caught chasing our tail. They made some shots, and it's hard when you give teams life. I'm not saying they were obviously the reason that they were playing that well, but when we didn't give enough resistance, it can really make it hard when you let teams start getting comfortable and in rhythm. And I think we had a big part of that. And then I think offensively, the same thing when you don't put in the same details, and whether that's where you catch the ball, where you pass the ball to your teammate, where you set up on your cuts to get open, and where to go after someone else gets the ball. All those things are very connected. And so we have to make sure if they send 2 people on anybody or try to take something away, we have to be able to take advantage of that. And we did not do that at all tonight.
And that's that's Mitch Johnson's job in a lot of ways too, and his coaching staff, and they've got to adjust. But Wemby just seemed bothered all night long by that Phoenix defense, and other teams are going to look at that, maybe try to copy it, add to it, whatever the case may be. It's going to be interesting to see. The guy is human. He's going to have bad nights. Everybody does. Just hopefully he doesn't have too many.
And Phoenix was physical with him.
Yep.
But Wemby said that is not why he struggled.
I think the physicality was stood out the most. It's mostly it was the doubling, being ready to double. They were ready. They probably walked and shoot around through all of our situations, because it seemed like they were very ready. It felt like they let me catch the ball, but they were ready to double and to rotate after that. So I wouldn't say that. I don't think I look back on it, but I don't think physicality is what I felt most tonight.
But that's when other guys have to. Hey, if they're concentrating on Wemby, 2 or 3 other guys need to step up and do their job. Now, look, Dylan Harper was playing well, but he left, and it's concerning left in a boot. Got a calf injury. I have not heard how severe that may or may not be, but that could be a problem for the young man for a while. He could miss some time.
Well, and he probably will. The severity of the calf strain, not yet known. Leaves late in the first half. Was having a hell of a game, too.
Yeah, he was.
But, I mean, we've been around enough. I mean, we haven't gotten any update yet from the Spurs that are on the road, on their way to L.A., what's the severity of the calf strain, but generally something like that's going to be a couple of weeks, and the Spurs typically overcautious. Good news is they could be getting some reinforcements back by the time they play on a Thursday night. Mitch wouldn't say anything. Tom Orsborn with the Express News in his article today said, everybody's trending right, and they do have 72 hours, but right now it's too soon to say if any of the guys that have been missing time will be back, but they are all getting close, whatever that means. But still no word yet if any of them that have missed significant time or missed this portion of the year are going to be back for that next game. But, it's interesting. De'Aaron Fox, you're close. Dylan Harper's now hurt. Here comes a De'Aaron Fox.
Well, I can't wait to see De'Aaron Fox on the floor. I'm looking forward to that more so than anybody else, and I can't wait for that. And I hope he comes back, he's healthy, and plug him right in, and we'll see where this team goes with him at the helm. But it was just interesting watching some of that game last night and seeing how Phoenix defended Victor Wembanyama. And quite frankly, and this is not a shot at Mitch Johnson, but it is – you could tell the coaching –
yeah,
he was out-coached last night. That's going to happen. And again, it's not a shot at Mitch Johnson. It's going to happen from time to time.
But what I mean, it's so early in the year. They're 5-1 now.
Right.
And even Wemby, and I'm not surprised at all when I hear him say, a game like this, we can learn a lot from.
Yeah, of course. The message, is nothing crazy or too unexpected, but I think what I take away from this, like the message of the coach and our team all throughout the game, is that through adversity, we still respond. Nobody gave up, nobody put their head down. And there are still some positive things to take away from this game. And in the loss, we learned a lot.
And I agree with that. They'll look at the tape, and they maybe have a day to practice in L.A. to go over a few things. So, look, it's so early in the season. So early. What 6 games now, Minix?
Yeah.
Let's do the math. What is that? Is that, I don't know, 76 more to go? There's quite a few games left to go, so a lot can happen, right?
Yes. Yeah, that Southwest degree getting put to good use right now.
It's exactly right. And I'm just saying, so when people get overly excited this early in the season, it's, you got to take it easy. Take it easy. Big day of college football on Saturday. And I don't know about you guys and gals, but Arch Manning played the best game of his college football career, I think, on Saturday. We're talking about that and the full slate of college football action from Saturday afternoon and what that means moving forward when we continue live from the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. That's where we are, getting you ready for a Cowboys Cardinals showdown on Monday Night Football. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I want to tell you about my good friends, though, at Stevens Roofing before we go because, well, why not? I love talking about Stevens Roofing, family-owned company, local company, and they're just the absolute best in the business. They really are, and you don't have to believe me. Get this. They have been in business here since 1983. 1983. Do the math on that, and you're going to find out that's a lot of years and a lot of satisfied customers. They do it right. They do it right the first time, and they stand by their work. And now Stevens Roofing has added solar. If you've been thinking about putting solar panels on your roof, Stevens Roofing and Solar is the name and the number to call. 210-785-0994. They will do the job right and make sure that you are satisfied when they are done. And look, winter's coming. We had a little bit of a taste of it over the weekend here and last week. And now, well, you know it's coming. It's going to be cooler, and you just don't know what kind of weather that's going to bring. So give Stevens Roofing and Solar a call. Have them come out, check your roof, make sure that everything is okay and in shape for whatever Mother Nature has to throw at us this year. Stevens Roofing and Solar, 210-785-0994, or you can get them online at stevensroofing.net.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right.
Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
This college football season, the Crunch Time Hero of the Week is brought to you by PorkRinds.com, the nation's premier hub for pork rind lovers everywhere. Each week, a college player will post on Instagram, and each share over a 2-week period equals a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, which helps families who are dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Giving back with the perfect snack to celebrate those big Crunch Time plays. Find your rind at PorkRinds.com or find Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
At Frost, we believe in going the extra mile, like opening more locations to be a part of more communities. Overdraft grace, which means no fee if you overdraw your Frost Personal or Frost Plus account by $100 or less. And the little things like cookies, coffee, or that time when there was a fire at a Fort Worth daycare and Frost bankers entertained 26 kids with snacks and games until their parents could pick them up. That actually happened. Frost, exactly what you unexpected.
It's Macy's Friends and Family, the best time to kickstart your holiday shopping with big savings on our best brands like DKNY, Hugo Boss, Karl Lagerfeld Paris, and more at 30% off. Plus, take 15% off Valentino, Gucci, and more top beauty brands. Or Star Rewards members can earn $20 in Star Money for every $100 spent on eligible brands. Going on now, only at Macy's Friends and Family. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
A blown left headlight is making Erica's drive to her son's soccer game darker and darker. So she goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Where a friendly AutoZoner finds her 2 new bulbs.
These lights have the most clarity.
And helps her get back on the road so she can brighten her drive and the cheering section.
All right, all right.
See clearer and drive safer with new lights. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Davis Law Firm secures important verdicts and settlements for Texans hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck. Many in the millions of dollars. No case is too big or too small. And remember, there's no fee unless we win. So if you want more, call the Fours. Davis Law Firm San Antonio, 444-4444.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers. Presented by Just Spots. Pregame at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Wait a minute, Jason. Could this be?
Nope.
That sounds like Boys Like Girls.
You wouldn't have a clue if
I don't
that
have
did
a clue,
or not.
but
In your mind, that could be all-time low.
It sounds kind of cheesy, so it sounds like their name, Boys Like Girls, cheesy music. But hey, if you're into that, so be it.
The soundtrack of your life tour.
April 26th at the Boeing Center at Techport. And you can win a pair of tickets to go see these Boys Like Girls. Does that mean boys like girls or boys like girls?
Boys like girls.
Okay, I'm just checking. You never know these days. You don't. But if you'd like to go see Boys Like Girls on April 26th at the Boeing Center at Techport, all you have to do is be caller number
19.
19 at 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Good luck to you. I hope you win. Pledge is going to be busy for a little while.
Yeah. If you don't win them, you can always buy them live at nation.com. The Texas Longhorns got a huge win Saturday, and it still feels a little weird. Like, man, they beat Vanderbilt. Let's celebrate.
Yes.
But this isn't our father's Vanderbilt team.
No, not at all.
And what a quality win. But more importantly, I just really liked the early game plan by Sark. Good, quick passes. Arch looked composed, confident. His decision-making was solid. And as Arch said, maybe the concussion helped.
I think just playing games, experience, having some bad games. I think offense is starting to click a little bit. We got to continue to press and finish games, but probably the way we played today. Maybe the concussion helped.
Can you kind of go into it and how
Yeah,
comfortable you are?
I think it starts with the O-line. They played really well today. Receivers made plays, and that makes it a little bit easier on me.
Without a doubt. I mean, look, the guy was 25 of 33, 328 yards, 3 touchdown passes. He had a great day. I wonder, and this is what baffled me, Jason. I need your help here, because if you get an offensive performance out of Texas and you score 34 points, you got to win that thing by 20. But they let Vanderbilt creep back in the game. Vandy scores 21 points in the fourth quarter and damn near recovered an onside kick that would have given them an opportunity to either tie or win the game.
I would like to hammer the Longhorn defense, to be honest. And what was it, 4th and 17, 4th and 19, whatever. I mean, sometimes you just got to credit the other team. And Pavia is a hell of a quarterback.
He is.
And that is a good team. And when they started playing lights out like that, quite frankly, I mean, dude was just making plays. That 2-point conversion that shouldn't have been.
Shouldn't have been.
I mean, but sometimes, man, the ball starts rolling and you credit the other team, because for 3 quarters, they couldn't do anything against that Longhorn defense, and credit the defense. But then when they started playing whatever that 2-minute, 4-minute offense was, Texas couldn't substitute. They didn't really have the answers. They looked gassed, to be quite honest. And you're right. this Longhorn defense, you scored 34, you should win going away. And the defense, I mean, you could say they tried or whatever, but I was more impressed what Vanderbilt was doing offensively in those situations than angry at the Longhorn defense from the analyst portion of my brain. The fan portion of my brain was screaming at them, make a tackle, make a stop, but dude threw some great passes and guys were running some great routes and they couldn't get pressure. I mean, sometimes, man, Diego Pavia just made plays, and sometimes you got to tip your cap to he made some plays, but ultimately it was too little too late for Vanderbilt.
But that's the thing that Texas has got to learn, and they better learn it quick. And they've got a bye week this week, and then they're at Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And look, you've got to learn to put teams away. They should have put Vanderbilt away when you've got a 34-10 lead going into the fourth quarter.
All that matters is the final score was 34-31.
It's not all that matters.
And those of us that had Texas plus 2.5 are still happy.
I had Vandy plus 3, so I was very happy that it turned out that way. I didn't lose any money. But just saying, I think this Texas team has got to learn how to put people away. And this should have been a 21-point win going away. And I know style points don't matter anymore in college football necessarily. But with that defense, supposedly the strength of this ball club, I expect them to shut the door on Vanderbilt in that fourth quarter. There's no reason they scored 21 points in that fourth quarter, no matter how good the quarterback is or how much they're rolling. You've got to get stops and get off the field and protect that lead, especially at home.
I don't disagree with that. But also, Vandy is good. And can I say this as a Longhorn fan where this makes sense? Make this make sense. I'm kind of glad that Vandy made that run and made that game a lot closer and more competitive. And quite frankly, I'm at the coast. We're watching the game at the house, and we're supposed to go to a park. I'm not leaving the house till this game is over. Right?
Sure.
I can't. Right? But knowing that they've got to go to Georgia, knowing that A&M is coming in. This is one of those, coaches' dreams, right? All right, we got the big win, we got the win, but boy, we got a lot to learn from because in that fourth quarter, it did kind of feel like defensively early that they felt like they had this thing won.
I think so.
And then once Vandy got rolling, Texas couldn't get a stop. And quite frankly, the offense didn't help out the defense in that fourth quarter either because they didn't get sustained drives and pick up enough first downs to keep Vanderbilt's offense off the field. That said, though, Texas got the win and probably the best game that we've seen from Arch Manning.
Without a doubt.
And, the changes they made on the offensive line, those worked, at least against Vanderbilt. And I thought it was odd when you're listening to some of the things that Sark said. And one of the things that he said on Arch's accuracy seems less anxious, more calm and poised, feels a little more protected, which really is an insight into the confidence in the offensive line and the schemes. Even though Sark didn't throw his offensive line under the bus by saying, we couldn't block anybody. But to say your quarterback is feeling more protected, that gives him confidence to be in the pocket a little bit longer and not rushing things. And I just think just that line about feeling a little bit more protected is massive. And, and Sark also said after the game, I mean, he's coming along when you're thinking about Arch's development.
I do think he's grown up. I mean, he just looks so much more mature. He looks so much more poised. He looks so much more confident, and he's got a lot more trust in those guys around him. I think that continuity of playing with them more and more and more, just his ability to manage the game and change protections and work the shot clock and take the shots when they're there and check the ball down when the check downs were there. There was a really big play. I guess that would have been late in the third quarter. We called a double move. I think it was to Parker on their sidelines, and it wasn't there. And he checked the ball down to Trey Wiseman, which probably doesn't seem like much. but I think it was a gain of about 9 yards. And I don't know if Arch was going to do that a month ago. I think he might have just let it rip to Parker and might have fallen incomplete. But his ability to get through reads, there's another critical third down. He gets to about his fourth read and hits Emmett Mosley on the backside in cut for a critical third down conversion. And, he's allowed to do that because the protection was good. But I don't know if we were doing that. I don't know if we were doing that 3 weeks ago. And so, he's really grown up before our eyes, and he's making great decisions and he's throwing the ball accurately. And that's why you're 7-11 on third down, and I think at one point he was completed 18 to 19 passes. So very proud of him. It's been a long year. He's been through a lot, and so for him to have some of the success he's having right now is, he deserves it.
We'll see. That was a great game. I hope it's a sign of things to come, Jason. I really do. But you got to go on the road now to Georgia. Then you're on the road at Arkansas, which has not been an easy place for anybody to win. And then you got Texas A&M coming in. The schedule to close out the season is not an easy one.
No, but if they're going to play their best football in November, and if what we saw against Vanderbilt, and they can get better from that, because again, those coaches, they can show that fourth quarter tape to get those guys' attention. Yeah, they got the win, and you celebrate that win, and you don't apologize for winning. But such a crisper performance on both sides of the ball than what we saw at Mississippi State, than what we saw at Kentucky. Both wins, ugly, doesn't matter, but they're there. But you saw a Longhorn team that showed up against Vanderbilt, that can compete against Georgia, that can compete against A&M. And if we saw another game like what we saw against Kentucky, then wouldn't we all be worried about getting boat raced in Athens?
Yeah, absolutely we would be. It's going to be interesting to close out the season for the Texas Longhorns. There's no doubt about that. So we'll see. I hope, again, it's a sign of things to come.
You're right over there?
The cord came off.
Don't go unplugging stuff in the middle of the show, man.
Well, I'm not.
I mean, you're not trained for that.
Dude, the cord fell, right? So it's taped to the bottom of the table we're sitting at. And it fell down, and I felt something on my leg like that. Is that cord? Is there an exposed wire there? I felt like a little buzz on my leg. So I go down there, and it's the black tape on my head, pulling the hairs on my leg. And I'm like, what the? I thought I was getting electrocuted over here. Holy cow. See, there it goes again.
So you're saying Nick Trey did a piss poor tape job?
Well,
is he being cheap? I didn't want to use the right amount of tape.
I didn't say that out loud, but might have been thinking it.
I didn't realize that. I'm just like, don't play with cords over there, man. We're on the air.
You
don't know where those go.
When I'm thinking my leg that I'm being electrocuted over here, is there an exposed wire?
Just unplug it.
It felt like a little buzz.
I know just unplug it, baby, is like your favorite saying, but not here, not that.
Come on, pledge, give me one, will you?
Unplug it, baby.
So you got excited. Got something on your leg and got excited. That's the truth.
Woo! Yes, because we're live at the Root Pub, 281 in Redland Road, getting you ready for a Cowboys Cardinals showdown on Monday Night Football. It's going to be good. Come on out here and join us. Get out here as soon as you can. Get yourself a nice seat, a cold beer, something to eat. Get ready for hopefully will be a pretty good Monday Night Football game. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, the feeling of just being tired, not motivated, you're just not yourself. Not just aging, it could be low testosterone. Good news is you don't have to live that way. Get into Synergenics and Low T Center for testosterone replacement therapy, because that can help get your energy back. First thing you got to do is one simple test, and that is getting tested. Take that step. The test is free at Synergenics and Low T Center. The original MVPs at TRT, and they only use pharmaceutical-grade testosterone that is customized to the level that is right for you. Some clinics, they use compounded testosterone. You don't know what you're getting. At Synergenics and Low T Center, you always know exactly what you're getting, and it's customized to you. And they're one of the only providers that accept most major insurances. And they've got clinics all around San Antonio, which is great. So you can choose whether you want to get treatment in the center or do at-home treatment. And you think about other clinics and online services that pile on a bunch of charges for labs and memberships and tests. Synergenics and Low T Center make it affordable and easy to get started, and more importantly, stay on treatment. And it's not just for men. They've helped countless ladies restore hormonal balance. So right now, you can get in and get a free hormone consultation and a free T-test, plus your chance to win a lot of great stuff. They've got sports memorabilia that's autographed and tickets to major sporting events that they do weekly drawings for, and you're automatically entered when you get in for that free T-test and consultation, because you know the best version of you is waiting. Reignite your energy and get back to feeling like yourself. First step is easy. Book that first appointment at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com.
You're listening to The Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6. KTFM Floresville. And everywhere at sasportstar.com.
The Gomez Law Firm is proud to be San Antonio's trusted personal injury law firm for the past 50 years. We have Jose with the Gomez Law Firm here with us. Your firm has been fighting for the people of San Antonio since 1973. That's incredible.
There are not a lot of businesses that stick around for even 50 years, let alone personal injury law firms.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then turn to the law firm that will fight for you. Visit joegomezlaw.com.
And remember, Gomez Law fights.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Well, breaking this afternoon, the LA Chargers have announced that Joe Alt, their star offensive lineman, is out for the season. Big blow to the Chargers moving forward. Well, tonight the Dallas Cowboys play on Monday Night Football. They welcome the Arizona Cardinals into Jerry World. Cowboys with some good news. Center Cooper Beebe has been activated. He is expected to play. You can catch that game when you're home for the Cowboys 94-1. San Antonio Sports Star at 6.
Sports Center is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons the San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
And we are live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road, and where else will we be for a big Monday Night Football matchup? The Arizona Cardinals into Jerry World to take on the Dallas Cowboys tonight in a game that, I expect to be pretty decent football game. This is the Blitz, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix. Minix, you think it's going to be a blowout?
No. And the line is what now, 3.5?
3.5 is the last I checked, yes.
I expect Dallas to win, but I'd almost put my money on the Cardinals to cover that.
Really?
Well, I mean, they've been in nothing but one-score games, which is why I would stay away from it. It wouldn't be surprising to see this be 43-42.
So take the over.
We know Dallas is going to score 40. It's in the rules. They've scored at least 40 in every home game this year, all 3 of them. We know their defense is a wet paper bag. And Arizona, though, while not a high-scoring team, and they don't have Kyler Murray tonight, it will be Jacoby Brissett, but it's still that Dallas defense. So can they get some take? I just expect high scoring, but Arizona plays everybody close, and then they lose at the end. 3.5. If it were 2.5, I don't know. And look, we saw a record field goal yesterday. Brandon Aubrey might beat it tonight.
You think so, huh?
I mean, why not?
Why not? Sure, we'll see. That line has come back down to 3, at least according to my app. Right. Cowboys are -3. The total is 53.5.
that might hit at halftime.
It could very well do.
Watch it be 17-14.
I know it. You just never know, right?
It's the NFL.
Going to be an interesting game tonight, though. It is the Cowboys. It is the Cardinals. There's no better place to watch that than right here at the Roo Pub. I'm looking over to my right at their 3 giant screens. Those things are fantastic. I don't care where you sit in this place.
Yep.
You got a good look at them.
Well, and there's poker on, and there's a lady in the poker table that they keep focusing on for 2 reasons, and that's why Joe's a little focused on the middle screen.
I didn't even know they were playing poker up there, Minix. I don't know what you're talking
about. Doesn't matter what she's doing.
It really doesn't.
She gets very excited when the cards come.
If you're playing poker against somebody like that, I mean, how intense can you get, and how do you concentrate? Maybe that's why she does that. Probably very successful.
I mean, she's using all of her God-given assets.
Well, there's another young lady there, though, that
doesn't have
showing anything.
She has nothing to show.
Well, she's female, and she's sitting around with a bunch of dudes.
But again, though, I mean, look at her. And,
I see what
right?
you're talking about.
I mean, you know, those basketballs are out for a reason because she's got the ability to have those on display.
Yeah, that dress she's wearing is screaming right now.
Well, I mean, again, and she's got a lot of trust in that button too. A lot of trust in that button.
Well, she's got a lot of chips in front of her too. They all do actually. She really does. Look, she had to move away from that guy. Did you see her scoot? That dude was breathing on her boobs.
Well, I mean, again, I mean, it's not his fault. He's in his seat. They're in his way. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it would be hard to concentrate with that at the table.
Well, it really would be, especially if you notice that guy, he's sitting next to the woman that is well endowed. and he hasn't looked away.
No, well, he can't.
He has not looked away. It's almost like his eyes are.
Well, look, it would make a great drink holder. I mean, he keeps reaching behind for his drink. I mean,
it really would. You could put a big drink in there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, interesting.
For the record, I think whatever poker room they're in, they probably don't need to have the air conditioner on at the level they do. I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying.
Wow.
So when you think about, not only do you have the Cowboys game tonight, you also have Jerry Jones stirring the pot big time in a way that, quite frankly, only Jerry Jones would do. Because it's Monday Night Football, Stephen A. Smith did First Take over at Texas Live. You know, he doesn't go to every Monday night game, but it's the Cowboys, and Stephen A. knows how to make money, and you know where he's showing up.
Sure.
And so First Take was there, but also his Sirius XM radio show, also live there at Texas Live, right next door to Jerry World. And Jerry Jones was also a guest on that show. Now, you think about, a lot of people were angry at Jerry last week when he did the interview, with, what was it, Wall Street Journal about oil and gas, $100 billion, and he made the joke, and that's why I'm not fixing the defense.
Everybody got all bent out of shape.
But nobody's complaining today that Jerry's all over sports talk, whether it's television or radio, doing interviews, because, that's what you're supposed to do, right? But he's obviously not fixing the defense, or maybe he's already done it. Jerry told Stephen A. Smith on Sirius XM that he's got one major deal done, and we'll find out about it tomorrow.
Will be consummated tomorrow.
We've got, according to Jerry, his voice. I mean, this isn't sources said. This is Jerry Jones saying one deal is done and two more are in the works, likely to get done. Now, because they play tonight, maybe they can't announce the trade because the player involved is scheduled to play tonight. The other theory that I have is maybe, all right, we'll finalize these tomorrow if we win tonight, because now you got a 500 football team again, and it's a lot easier and makes a lot more sense to be all in with following a win versus a loss. Or maybe it's the other way around, man. If we lose this, we've got to get. But immediate help this year on the defensive side is what Jerry said he has finalized, or a trade has been done, and it will be consummated tomorrow.
Everybody's speculating, obviously. The big name out there is Max Crosby. And what added fuel to that fire was the fact that Crosby over the weekend tweets out, "Thank you, Raider Nation. Stay patient." I'm paraphrasing now. Stay patient. It will come. Almost like a goodbye letter.
Last night at 6:50, after the Raiders lost yet again, a heartbreaker to Jacksonville. Raider Nation, I love y'all with everything in my heart and soul. Y'all deserve better. Stay as one. It will change.
Now, see, I don't know. And that's, when you read it like that, and I hear it, that doesn't necessarily that he's going to leave. He just loves Raider Nation with his heart and soul.
Well, he does, and I'll miss you guys. But also, he has an eagle emoji in there, and a black heart.
An eagle. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Dude, can you imagine? The Eagles have already made, 2 trades for a cornerback and a pass rusher. You get a Max Crosby on that team? Do we just give him the Super Bowl trophy? I mean, seriously. I didn't notice the eagle on there. That is that's interesting.
Yeah. Well, and again, I look at all of it, and nothing would surprise me when it comes to Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys. Max Crosby ending up in Philadelphia makes sense. Max Crosby ending up in Detroit makes the most sense in the world. In both NFC teams, which is what you're supposed to do when you're trading somebody. There's some dudes in Miami that I think would look good with the star on their helmet that seem more reasonable for Jerry to pull off some trades. But according to Jerry, one deal is already done, and we'll find out about it tomorrow. Now I'm thinking, Jerry, nothing stays secret in Dallas, yet he's going to be able to keep this secret. John Machota will join us coming up in about 20 minutes. John Machota from The Athletic. We'll see what he's hearing. But all of the beat writers that normally break stuff for the Cowboys None of them have been able to come up with anything yet. All the national guys, they're all scrambling. None of them have been able to figure out what the actual trade is. But Jerry cannot, and he knows this, go on national media and say a deal is done and then it not happen, which is such a risk, because if it's not yet finalized, whoever he's working this trade with, and you figure inner circles in the NFL are going to know, all right, what's Jerry offering you? We'll up it if it's a player that more people covet.
That's why I don't. And it's Jerry, and everybody's talking about him. The ESPN's been all over this story. As we sit here at the Roo Pub, we've seen that. And I know why he does it, but I don't know why he does it. Why in the world would you go on a Stephen A. show, a national show on Sirius XM, and say, I've already made a trade. We're going to consummate it tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Problem is, you said it. Schefter, nothing. Ian Rappaport, nothing. Tom Pelissaro, nothing. None of the guys that normally break stuff have come out with anything just yet. And so it's interesting. It's either Jerry not being completely above board when it comes to this, or they're doing a much better job than normal of hiding this thing. The problem is with Schefter and Rappaport, they know everybody in the league. And so is everybody keeping their mouth shut when it comes to this?
I mean, again, we all know the Cowboys can keep a lot of things under wraps. They really do. I mean, generally it's stuff that they really don't want out for obvious reasons. How they're able to keep for hours Jerry making the announcement he did and nobody slipping, and then also from the other team. I mean, it's kind of like how we used to get Spurs news. It wasn't from the Spurs. It was from the other team.
The other team, yeah. Dude, I don't know, man. It's weird. Jerry saying that, I mean, he's almost obligated now to come up with something. My fear is I've made a trade, and it's Joe Blow, third-string defensive end from the Cleveland Browns.
But he's really going to help our practice squad.
Exactly. So, I mean, I don't know.
All that matters is the deal gets done, so I win the beer bet, which is why you're so angry.
No, I'm not angry. Look, dude, if they pull off a trade for a Max Crosby, a guy that can help this team moving forward, I'll gladly pay that beer bet off. If it's some cheese ball that's not going to do anything, that's going to piss me off.
And you're still going to pay off the beer bet.
I will still pay it off, but I'm just saying that's.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
The fact that nobody else has heard anything about this is driving me nuts. I can't wait to talk to John Machota coming up here at the bottom of the hour. We're at the Roo Pub getting ready for this game. Will there be news of a Cowboys trade before tonight's game, or do we have to wait until after tonight's game? Keep in mind the trade deadline is officially 3 o'clock San Antonio time tomorrow. It's also Election Day tomorrow, by the way. It is. So get out and vote if you haven't done so already. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, live at the Roo Pub.
If you're a business owner, a manager, a club leader, and you need your logo on any kind of gear, get into Sammy's Embroidery and Printing down on San Pedro. If you walk in here into Roo Pub and you see Edwin, he's wearing a nice 94.1 golf shirt. That's from Sammy. Great Nike golf shirt, because that's what Sammy's got. All the big name brands: North Face, Eddie Bauer, Nike, Travis Matthew, Under Armour, Road Authority, to name a few. He's also now got a full line of Tommy Bahama. So if you want your logo on a nice Tommy Bahama golf shirt, quarter zip, jacket, incredible pricing on the Tommy Bahama, and that price does include your logo. If you need T-shirts, screen printed, Sam will get you taken care of. If you need caps done, Sam has over 25,000 caps and more than 75 color combinations on display in his showroom, and he's got all the popular cap brands as well: Richardson 112 style, Trucker caps, the Katie caps, Nike, Cap America. Nobody has better prices. Sam is the only company in Texas that offers one-day turnaround. No order too big, no order too small. Call Sammy's Embroidery and Printing, 210-824-3900, 824-3900, or go by that massive showroom down on San Pedro, a mile inside Loop 410 right there across from McDonald's, or check the website, samsembroidery.com, for Sammy's Embroidery Club.
1, 2, 3, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Arizona Cardinals for Monday Night Football. Pre-game at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam.
How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
For a limited time, get a free K5 reverse osmosis drinking water system when you purchase a Connecticut water softener. Clean, great tasting water at your kitchen sink. Hurry before they're gone.
Call 656 Pure Connecticut.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm. How can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Get up to a $15 O'Reilly gift card after rebate with the purchase of select pairs of wiper blades at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-1783. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-1783. That's 800-575-1783. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
The Morning Huddle.
If I said you could look like George Clooney, would you want to look like George Clooney?
Probably, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I certainly would. Like,
I definitely want his hair.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if I were attracted to men,
that would be it.
That's the kind of man I'd be attracted to.
Even though I'm not, if he leaned in and, it's been a nice night.
No, that's Josh Allen.
The Morning Huddle with AJ and Rob. Weekday mornings 6 to 10. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. It's the Blitz with Jason and Joe on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
We're live at the Roof Up, 281 in Redland Road. Come on out and look at your Monday night started off right, man. How about a cold beer? Maybe your favorite cocktail, a cheeseburger. How about some of those shrimp, man? My wife and Minix, they love the shrimp here. It's the best shrimp in town, I'm telling you, by far. They've got all kinds of sandwiches. That we had chili dogs today for lunch.
Yeah, a little Frito pie.
Nice.
It's chili with Fritos on it. Good stuff.
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Food is great out here, so come on out.
Rings.
Yeah, the wings.
Onion rings.
Oh, onion ring.
Yeah.
Well, the wings too.
Yeah, the wings
They're
are
good.
great. I know steak night every Wednesday, that 12-ounce ribeye.
That's always good.
$19.95. Can't beat it.
Can't beat that deal. But tonight we're talking Cowboys Cardinals. So you need to get out here, get your dinner on, get your drink on, and watch some football. No better place, especially if you're a YouTuber and you don't have ABC tonight, you're in trouble. You have to come down here, don't you?
Well, if you want to watch the game, you got to go somewhere that isn't a youth. And I hate these things. And I saw was it Pro Football Talk? They should make an exception for its money. No, that's YouTube's leverage.
Well, they're saying the NFL should step in somehow, and I don't know what the NFL is going to be able to do with that.
Well, the NFL does have a partnership with YouTube.
Well,
so,
they do.
I mean, but this is suits dealing with each other. It's big business. It is the Cowboys, but I would be stunned. And at this point, especially if they would say, okay, we'll give you 4 hours right now, watch the game. But it is Monday Night Football, and let's face it, it's costing a lot of money, even local affiliates, right? I mean, from what I understand, because I'm not a YouTube TV subscriber, but KSAT isn't on. In fact, at the Coast this weekend, a buddy of mine that was there signed in with his YouTube, and of course, we're trying to watch the Longhorn game, and I ended up having to do screen sharing, whatever, off of my ESPN, watch ESPN.
Yeah.
Because ABC doesn't even show up on the guide. And so, like, if you're KSAT, you're mad because even that's affecting your local ratings and everything else when it's all combined. So, I mean, it's not just affecting the suits, but the local TV companies and more importantly, the viewer, your customer. And, I was talking to another friend of mine who's mad as hell, but because he's a YouTube TV subscriber, when he bought the Red Zone, it becomes the add-on. And so you can't cancel it or you lose all of it.
You lose it all, yeah.
Yeah.
So, and YouTube has become really popular, YouTube TV. I've had it now for a couple of years, and I still like it, even though I have the Magic Box. I like it because it gives me the ability to watch stuff on my phone, but I can't watch anything. Luckily, Saturday, I had the Magic Box, and I was watching the Longhorn game, Minix, from an ABC station in, I think it was in Little Rock, Arkansas.
I mean, you could have watched from wherever, but it is kind of weird in the box.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, and you realize, boy, the political ads in Idaho are awful. or even like last night with the Seattle game, I was watching a Seattle station, and wow,
Had to watch part of the Patriots game yesterday on a Boston station.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's the beauty of the Magic Box.
Well, it is.
It is the beauty of that. Oh, yes.
Fix your YouTube. Come to the Roof Up. It's like 3 Magic Boxes right up there to your right.
Up there.
They got TVs all around. And it was also good, too, because YouTube doesn't allow you to watch Spurs games because that pissing match has been going on for a long time.
They don't have FanDuel.
They don't have FanDuel. Although, I'll tell you, you didn't miss anything last night. Worst game of the year for the Spurs. It was a clunker. And look, Spurs were due to have one like that. They start off 5-0, and their loss was so bad you could just throw it out and say that was just a bad game. It wasn't a good. It was never a good game. Wemby was just awful.
He was bad, but the defense against Wemby was really good. And I think they threw something at Wemby that was a little bit different than anything else he's seen so far this year. And so credit to Phoenix.
Well, credit to Phoenix, but also 5-0 start.
Uh-huh.
Undefeated in the preseason. You listen to Mitch Johnson. Maybe these guys needed to get their ass kicked a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, the season's long. And so, again, there's teaching moments in every game. I think we did not start with the proper approach. And it is hard to fight an uphill battle or to chase in this league. And when you don't start with the right approach and someone does to the level that Phoenix did, you can be in for a really long night.
Well, and maybe you're right because, look, I know Spurs fans were getting a little cocky.
Yep.
The 20-0 start of the 82-0, season, and it's like, you just pump the brakes. We still got about 76 games to go, minutes.
It's not about. Exactly.
Exactly that?
Yeah, math.
Lakers on Wednesday night.
Not sure Wednesday or Thursday?
It's Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday night?
Wednesday night.
Was perfect, man. Steak night here in rock and roll. But I just hearing Mitch say that, start with the right approach. My guess is, even though he didn't say it, either when they got on the plane, got to shoot around yesterday morning, whatever it was, as a group, because all of them, and that starts with Wemby. He's the team leader. If you show up to the gym thinking you could just roll the ball out there and win a basketball game, you're going to get punched in the mouth, especially early in the season, a Phoenix team that's trying to find their way. That was a big game for Phoenix. It wasn't a big game for the Spurs, and it showed.
Well, it should be a big game for the Spurs. I mean, my goodness, that's if that's the case, then I'm like, please.
They're human.
I get it.
They're 5-0. That Phoenix is not off to a great start. They've been, I think, and we saw the Spurs a couple years ago. Remember, they got 2 wins in Phoenix, and we were like, how the hell did that happen? Because Phoenix didn't take them seriously. That's why, seeing that happen last night, the teaching moments that you heard Mitch talk about, that could be good. Having the right approach. They showed up thinking they're good. They've got this one. And they got punched in the mouth. That's a learning process.
Well, we'll find out when they take on the Lakers and they start playing some better teams on the schedule. It's going to be interesting to see because, look, this team has done nothing to be cocky about. You're 5-0, yes, but when's the last time you were in the playoffs? When's the last time you wanted to? This team's got nothing to be cocky about, minutes.
They're all young and they're feeling like, man, I don't care. I mean, look, they are human, right?
Sure.
And so feeling like you've got this one won because things have gone so well for you and all these young players playing well, this happens.
Don't get cocky out there. Now, and the bad news is Dylan Harper, I don't know how long he's going to be out of action. Left the arena last night in a walking boot.
Yeah, calf strain. Typically, we don't know. We haven't seen any update on severity, but a couple weeks at the very least, and all Spurs, we're going to be overly cautious.
Sure, they will be.
And they should be. Good news is De'Aaron Fox is close to getting back. Don't know if he's going to be back in time for the Laker game, but maybe. But even like Steph Castle said, it's a wake-up call.
I feel like we kind of needed this. I feel like we were starting to get a little comfortable. So this is kind of a wake-up call for us. So, I'm happy to see how we're going to respond on Wednesday.
I'm happy to see how you're going to respond on Wednesday, too. It's going to be interesting to see. 9 o'clock tip-off on Wednesday in L.A., so we're going to have to stay up late. But after that, they come home. They've got the Rockets, Minix. So,
yeah.
And then a back-to-back with the Pelicans. You say, that's no big deal. Then they got the Bulls coming up, who started out pretty hot, too. So some tests coming up for this young San Antonio Spurs squad. John Machota with The Athletic. What is he hearing about Jerry and trades and all of that stuff going on in Dallas? He joins us next here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Nobody ever plans on getting arrested, but it does happen to a lot of people every day for all kinds of reasons. If you get arrested, you want to get out of jail fast, the best way to do that is by calling my good friend Albert and his great staff at AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text BAIL to 474747, or you can start the bonding process online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else to get out of jail, and you don't want to be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you a PR bond, make sure you truly understand what all those conditions are before accepting it. Your best option for stress-free bail bonds is AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They offer payment plans, have a free shuttle service. They are discreet and confidential and open 24/7 with offices all over San Antonio and Texas, services nationwide. So if you're up in Dallas, down in Corpus, anywhere in between, license number 149, call AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121, or go online at mybestbailbonds.com.
San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to USASportsStar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an audience national contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at SASportsStar.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. If you're tired of pain slowing you down from a recent injury or something that's been nagging you for years, we can help. At Arasti, we've earned the trust of over 8,000 physicians by delivering fast, lasting pain relief without painkillers or surgery. Our hands-on approach targets the root cause of pain, and most patients see results in just one visit. No referral needed, and it's covered by most insurance plans. So don't wait. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti. We fix pain fast.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, max out your savings. The more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Plus, get free home delivery on any smart bed with base. Limited time. Check it out at a Sleep Number store near you or at sleepnumber.com today.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Food for the workplace. It's a beautiful thing. It brings teams together, keeps them happy and productive. It's a great way to woo clients or celebrate wins. But if you're the one ordering all that food, it can be a lot. That's why there's Easy Cater, the easiest and most rewarding way to order food for work, with a huge variety of restaurants for any group size, plus tools to meet dietary needs and stay on budget. And with Easy Cater, you earn rewards points when you order. Good for order discounts or even gift cards. For you. Go on. You've earned it. Order now at easycater.com.
You know the Roo Pub is proven to be the best place to watch games with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. All the games, all the fights, and when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and the best place to watch a game. Just down from the big blind, right next to the Angry Elephant. The Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
Progressive knows not all rides are smooth. Meet Peter. He loves his motorcycle. What he doesn't love is wind. Which is ironic, because wind is a big part of the whole wind-in-your-face motorcycle cliche. But nobody ever tells you how relentless a strong crosswind is, or the cliche wouldn't exist. Not every ride is smooth, but Progressive has your back. Get a quote to see if you can save with America's #1 motorcycle insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger, Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home for Texas A&M football. Saturday afternoon at 2:30, the Aggies take on the Missouri Tigers, presented by Just Pots. Pregame at 1:30 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
We're live at the Roo Pub, 281 in Redland Road. Come on out and see us and get ready for the Cowboys and the Cardinals. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix. And before we get to John Machota, Sham Charania reporting that Dylan Harper has suffered a left calf strain, expected to miss multiple weeks.
Which, again, not surprising. It's a calf strain. Still don't know the severity or an actual timeline from the Spurs, but overly cautious always. Calf strain's going to be a couple weeks. Severity, we'll see. Good news is De'Aaron Fox is close to returning. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's just a while before we'll see those guys with everybody else on the court at the same time. Now, in the NFL, the trade deadline is tomorrow. Jerry Jones claims that he's already made a trade, yet nobody knows for who. Let's talk about it. John Machota from The Athletic joining us on the Buyers Barricades guest line. John, no surprise that Jerry would do what he did today with Stephen A. and the crew in town for Monday Night Football, but he claims a deal is done, and we'll get all the details tomorrow. A team that doesn't do well at keeping secrets somehow has kept this one a secret for at least a couple hours.
Yeah, I think that's kind of comparable to Jerry telling us after a game a few weeks ago or a month ago, whatever it was, that they're signing J.W. and Clowney. And technically it wasn't done then. It still had another few days to get done. So nobody would have said anything about it. You know, I mean, even talking to J.W. and Clowney after it happened, he was like, yeah, I didn't actually get signed until that following Monday. But he said it on that Friday or Saturday. But so, yeah, this just that is a very Jerry way of handling this. But I will also say that interview today, I mean, he talked for over an hour, and I felt like he was really trying to push things out there, whether it be being critical of Micah Parsons' time in Dallas, whether it be about, the way he handles his job as owner and things like that. Like, he was clearly in there trying to give a soundbite. And I'm only sharing that because all of that tells me if it was something big, like a Max Crosby, there's no way he's keeping that to himself. And there's just no way he wouldn't have teased more to it. So when he said that, and then I listened to the entire interview that he gave, this screams like a, 4th or 5th round pick for like some, solid starting linebacker, and then he did say that there could be a couple more moves, which, hey, maybe that does lead to a bigger move or something like that. But in terms of what he said today, I just find it very hard to believe that that's anything of major significance.
Well, John, I'm curious. Do you think tonight's outcome has anything to do with what Jerry will do? I mean, if the Cowboys lose tonight, for example, is it worth going out and trying to make a trade for somebody? Obviously, if they win, that's a different story. Do you think it has anything to do with the outcome tonight?
I think it could, for sure. And that's probably why he didn't go any further than he did earlier today. But with that being said, just because to me, there's nothing close to being if they got Max Crosby. And so for something like that, win by 20 tonight, lose by 20 tonight, tie for the second time in this building this season. Go get Max Crosby if you can get Max Crosby. That's way bigger than just the rest of this season. That's a huge move for the future too. So, but in terms of like the level of deals that they've done more recently, Jonathan Mingo type moves like that and things that could help you this season. Yeah, you lose tonight. I don't know why you'd really be, pouring it out there, losing draft picks for guys that are on, the last year of their deals. Like, that doesn't make any sense to do that. And that could be where Jerry says, yeah, we have a couple other deals that could potentially happen too. And that could be, well, if they win, then they'll pull the trigger on a couple of those. But if they don't, then they're going to keep their picks.
And, as we visit with John Machota from The Athletic, Cowboy fans are going to hold out that it's Max Crosby until it's not, especially because of the way the tweet that Max Crosby had last night, although it did have an eagle emoji. But also, I wonder, with the injury to Jaden Daniels, how much that factors into Jerry being a little bit more aggressive here at the trade deadline.
It could be it for sure. I think it has more to do with the Cowboys with Jerry though, and just where they would be at. But yeah, certainly the Jaden Daniels injury, Green Bay losing to Carolina, the Lions losing at home to the Vikings. He could certainly look at it as, hey, maybe the window's cracked a little bit more than we thought it was after. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to backtrack on it. I thought their playoff window shut when they lost to Carolina. Because I think you got to win at least 10 games to have real playoff hopes. And even right now, even with some of the things that we've seen, Jaden Daniels injury, maybe the Lions and Packers aren't as great as we thought. I still don't see them getting in the postseason without 10 wins, and I don't know where those 10 wins come from. Even being optimistic, I'm still at 8 or 9. 10 would be that's asking a lot, and so I still don't think they're a playoff team. But that doesn't mean that Jerry, the usual optimist, doesn't feel different.
Well, John, obviously, as you know, after the bye week, the schedule gets a little tougher on down the road. And so some of the teams that they're going to have to face are a lot tougher. And that will determine the season, obviously. I just feel like tonight is so important to this Cowboys team when it comes to doing anything. But I have to feel like, and I don't know what you hear there in Dallas and around the team, that they've got to do something. This defense is so bad that, even adding a player or two has got to help somewhat.
It has to, for sure. But to your point, it's been so bad that there's a part of you that even thinks like, all right, so let's say they get a decent pass rusher, and add a decent linebacker. Is that enough to fill all the holes that they've had? Because it's been so bad in some games, obviously most recently against Denver, and it could be really bad again tonight, and then that would obviously look really bad if that's the case. But the defense has been so far from being close to looking even solid that it's one of those I'll believe it when I see it type things more than I would be like, oh yeah, one player. Even a Max Crosby, I would still have questions about the defense. Now I would be a lot more optimistic about the future of the defense in terms of beyond this season. But for this season, it's been so bad that there's not going to be any snap of the fingers, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh, you know what? This is a solid defense now. This is at least middle of the pack. Like, I don't know if that's in them. They've been so far from that, and we have a good sample size. Technically, at halftime of this game will be the halftime of their season, and that's a good size sample of what your season's been, and they have not been close to being a good defense.
No, they haven't, John. And the other part of it, too, is if they could go from 30, 31, 32, depending on which category you're looking for, and get to, 22, 23, that would be significant when the offense is playing like we know it's capable of. But if the offense struggles like they did, say, against Denver, they've got no shot. Is there too much on this offense to score around 40 points a game? Remember, we used to joke, if they get around 30, they got a chance. Now I feel like they've got to score around 40 to have a chance to win.
Yeah, you can make that argument, but I really don't care. And I don't think fans should either. And the reason I say this is that's the side of the ball where the money's being spent. This is pro football. This isn't, the high school team, that they're banged up on defense. Jimmy's going to have to do a little more at quarterback to pull them through. Now, these are professional athletes. They're making a lot of money, and a lot of the money is being spent on that offense. So if you got to carry the weight, you got to carry the weight. And I'm not sitting here saying that you have to play the best ball you've ever played to have a chance to win. But we can just go back to Denver right now real quick and just say, just don't do just really bad pre-snap penalties. Take advantage of the things that the defense has given you. That's the thing I go back to on that. Don't throw interceptions that really don't make a lot of sense to even try those throws. Take what's there for you. You have so many weapons, and especially now tonight, you get Cooper Vady back. You're going to have your starting offensive line back for the first time in a long time. So, yeah, there's more pressure on the offense for certain, but that's where the talent is.
Yeah, no doubt about it. John Machota with The Athletic joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. John, I'm curious what you think. There's been a lot of talk, and I know you guys asked George Pickens about an extension during the season. Do you get the feeling that Jerry wants to do that, or is it maybe a little more George Pickens who may want to see what the free agent market holds?
Oh, I'm sure George wants to see what the free agent market holds because that's where he'll get the most money. And knowing how Jerry has operated in the past and including with Micah Parsons, who's obviously represented by the same person, David Mulligetta, who represents George Pickens, you can very easily see a path where Jerry's looking at this right now today, where he's like, well, yeah, he's not going anywhere. We'll franchise tag him. Like, he's not leaving the building. Like, Jerry loves offense. And, yeah, Pickens will probably not be thrilled with that. But at the same time, that's the way that the league rules are. And I also think he is genuinely having a great time playing with CeeDee Lamb, playing with Dak Prescott, being in this situation, and even, tying Micah back into it. I'll just say this. I don't know. I've never come across a player with the Dallas Cowboys that didn't want to be a Dallas Cowboy. And actually that comes with a lot of players that have never played for the Cowboys that have always wanted to play for the Cowboys. So I understand things got ugly with Micah and Jerry, and Micah can say whatever he wants. I'm sure he'll say some things after Jerry's comments today. But if he could have it perfectly, exactly how he wants it, Micah would have the contract he has right now, but still have a star in his helmet.
Very true. John Machota from The Athletic here on the Blitz. Trade deadline looming. Jerry talking about it. What players in that locker room do you think need to be most nervous going into tonight, thinking this could be their last game with that star on their helmet?
Yeah, that is an interesting one because, the obvious ones would certainly be like a Jalen Tolbert, because you look at him and he's a guy that, his role is just diminished because of, obviously, you trade for George Pickens and really, when he's healthy, Kevontae Turpin has jumped ahead of him on the depth chart too. And Tolbert has something to offer. When people talk about, and I see these rumors on Twitter or whatever, where people might just be speculating, but I'll see like a Mozzie Smith. I'm just like, what do you think you're getting for Mozzie Smith? Like, what team is beating down the door? Hey, they have all 22 too, right? So that they watch the games before they trade for these players, or do not understand that. So anyway, I don't get that one. But Jalen Tolbert has value. I know Cowboys fans, not all of them, but there's a lot that are down on him. But he has shown enough that I can see a team being like, hey, we're real needy at wide receiver. He can come in right now and be our 3, and maybe you give up a late round pick or something like that. That would make more sense to me than, let's say, like a Mozzie Smith or something like that. So yeah, Tolbert would probably be the name. If a player was to leave, that would probably be the one that would be the most common as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see, but I want to go back because I know there were some comments that Jerry made about Micah Parsons. You've alluded to a couple of them. One that I heard, John, I think you tweeted it out, that Jerry admitted he was pissed off when Micah was laying on the training table. What else did Jerry have to say about Micah today?
I'll tell you, when he said that one, that was a real moment for me when I heard that, where I was like, wait, let me rewind that back again. Because I asked Jerry and Steven that night when they had the press conference after they traded him, I asked if like moments like that and some other things that Micah did had any impact. And Jerry and Steven both said to me, like, basically, nah, this is pro football. That stuff doesn't matter. And so when he said that, I was like, I knew it. Like, so I knew when he was laying on that table that Jerry would be pissed off about that, just the optics of it, because of the fact, and Jerry said as much today, it's not just anybody laying on the table, and it's not just anybody that we're talking about. We're talking about somebody that, to give him the money that he's getting right now and that Jerry was going to have to give him, he needs more than just the player that, gets you the double-digit sacks and the pressures and all that great stuff that can win you Defensive Player of the Year. That's all great. But if Jerry was going to give him the $42+ million per year, he wanted the leadership side of it. And that's the point that Jerry, I could tell, was really trying to make, especially because he was on a stage, at Texas Live here, right? A short distance outside the stadium here. And DeMarcus Ware's up there and Michael Irvin's up there. And that's, I think, the point he was really trying to hammer home, that it's like, all right, I'll give this kind of money, but I'm going to need a lot more from you than just on the field. I'm going to need the leadership. I'm going to need the all season rounds. Like, I'm going to need you training here. I want you around the guys and stuff like that. And that's stuff that a guy that would lay on a table in that situation, in Jerry's eyes, wouldn't be. And so I just really felt like, even listening to the whole interview, he brought up Micah before they ever did. So it was clearly he wanted to get this off his chest.
Yeah, it got personal. And look, that's going to happen. John, if you could for us, please paint a picture. And I say that, we all know what people say about Jerry Jones, and everybody that was all upset about his comment the other day about $100 billion in oil and gas is on the table. That's why I'm not fixing my defense. He's doing all the media today with the show in town, Monday Night Football. And I think everybody is aware there's a Will McClay, there's a whole bunch of people that are doing the work. It's just not Jerry by himself in a room at a table trying to get everything done. But the video that I saw, and you were there, everybody loves this guy. He's the rock star. I mean, I know you just saw Paul McCartney last week. I mean, he's, that crazy level of fandom, yet people love him and hate him all at the same time. Paint the picture of what the scene was like today at Texas Live.
So I actually wasn't up there. I was listening on Sirius XM, but obviously I've seen the videos and things like that. But I will tell you this. When Stephen A. Smith first teased that Jerry was going to be on the stage, he was booed. Michael Irvin got cheers when he mentioned his name. DeMarcus Ware got cheers but it's the whole, I don't know how much you guys deal with this, but there's just been times where, whether it be like an email I'll get or, comment under a story or a tweet where someone's real critical of you. And if you respond to them, 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, oh, I wasn't being like that, whatever, because they don't think that you're really going to see it. So when Jerry comes out there, no one's really booing them to his face. It's the same thing. From Oxnard to home games here to Philadelphia, where you would think the fans would be the worst. When people see Jerry, they genuinely get excited, And so I don't see that face-to-face with him, with people really getting into it with him. And I didn't get that sense of the crowd today at Texas Live was like that. But there's no question that every year that goes by and it gets further and further away from them winning a Super Bowl, and then he likes to throw gasoline on the fire like he did today, talking about how when things cool down and he loves controversy, he loves to stir it back up. And I know that rubs fans the wrong way, but I think the thing that does for a lot of fans is it gets apathy, where they're like, you know what, we're not going to watch the game. I'm not going to spend money to go to the game, stuff like that. But it generally doesn't lead to people getting in Jerry's face and throwing things or doing anything like that. They're usually pretty on brand with, being fans of the team. So Jerry's, the most famous owner there is in sports right now. And so when people see him, they usually are kind of starstruck.
So if people start booing as a group, they're going to join in and boo. But then when he's walking by and you get your chance to get a picture with him, you're taking it.
100%. That's 100%. That's sports in general. I mean, I would even think that way about, I think there's a lot of Eagles players that Cowboys fans, when they sit at home on their couch on a Sunday, would be like, man, I can't stand that guy. But if you're at Buffalo Wild Wings sitting next to him and the guy's talking or whatever like that, I find it hard to believe that you're not going to be like, oh my God, that's, whatever, Jalen Carter or whatever like that. I find it hard to believe that you're going to be really talking the smack that you do on Sunday on your couch. You're be like, wow, that's crazy. That's Jalen Hurts or something like that. You might say something, but it's going to be a lot more good natured than the things that you're going to say at home on a Sunday after you had a few beers.
Yeah, just kidding around. Here's what I don't like. I love Jerry Jones, truth be told. I say that a lot on the show. I think the man he makes money and he's a larger than life character. But when he says stuff like he says today, John, and then tomorrow it's a Jonathan Mingo type player, that's what kind of irritates me. Because he says that today, you think, all right, we got something going. And I think that's what rubs some fans the wrong way.
There's no doubt about it. And that's where at times I think Jerry can be a little tone deaf about things. And this case feels a little bit like it. But the one I'm really thinking of when you said that is the off season a year ago, saying that the all in thing and then repeating it over and over again when you most certainly were not all in. That was the part where I'm just kind of like, yeah, this thing's off the track. I get what you're trying to be cute with this, but this might not be the time to be saying that. Maybe just chill out on that stuff, for a little bit. But I think ultimately it comes back to this, and I felt this way. I feel like this way more and more every extra year that I cover this team. There is a huge part of Jerry that I really believe is Jerry can't help himself. He can't, and I think today is probably a good example. I bet you there are people that were like, whether it be Steven or whoever, were like, yeah, we got this trade ready to go and this, whatever. I know you're doing that show today. Don't mention it or whatever like that. Jerry can't help himself. He can't. He's got to
get it done. Now they got to get something done.
Right. And honestly, I thought of it the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, actually now. But when on the radio, or wait, when was it? No, Brian Schottenheimer is the one that broke the news that Trayvon Diggs was out with a concussion. And that was probably a half hour after Jerry's radio show that Friday morning. And when we got back to the writing room, that's the first thing I said to a couple other reporters. I go, no way Jerry knew about that, because there's no way he wouldn't have shared that on the radio show in the morning. He would have just worked it in somewhere. Oh, yeah, by the way, Diggs isn't playing tonight. That's just the way Jerry is. He likes to be the guy. And honestly, that goes all the way back to Jimmy Johnson, and getting the credit and why he has the role he has now. Jerry doesn't want to just own a football team. He wants people to know that he's in charge of every part of that football team.
John Machota from The Athletic. Before we let you go, there is a game tonight. What are your expectations for what we're going to see on Monday Night Football?
I think it'll be a high-scoring game. Regardless of if Kyler Murray gets in or it's Jacoby Brissett, I don't trust this defense to really get consistent stops against anyone. And so I do think Arizona will put up points, but I just think this Cowboys team, especially playing at AT&T, having that bad taste in their mouth from, like I said, the pre-snap penalties, Dak having a couple of picks, which was really uncharacteristic of how he's played this year. I just think the offense has a big bounce back. And so, I think it is like a 31-24 type game that the Cowboys win.
Machota from The Athletic. Make sure you subscribe into The Athletic and follow him on Twitter at John Machota. No H, Jon Machota. John, great catching up with you, my friend. Enjoy the game tonight.
Absolutely. And on that Paul McCartney thing real quick, crazy that he's 83, same year as Jerry, same age, and Paul was up there for 3 hours straight playing. You think Jerry could do that?
No, because I saw him in the Alamo Dome, and my thought was, dude's 83 and didn't stop to pee once. How is that possible?
Depends.
That's a good point.
Yeah, John, man, enjoy the game tonight. Good stuff. John Machota from The Athletic here on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond, online at buyersbarricades.com.
John Machota's good catching up with him. It's going to be interesting to see, but I'm with. The more I think about it, Jason, I think you're going to win the beer bet, but it's going to be a dud.
We'll see. Let's talk about it.
All right.
Who could it be?
Who could it be? We'll talk about it. We continue live from the Root Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Come on out here and see us, have some food and drink, and get ready for the Cowboys and the Cardinals. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
If you're having issues at your house with your plumbing, your AC, your heater at this time of year, call my friends over at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heating, and AC, 210-651-5899, 651-5899. At Quarter Moon, they are experts at worst-case scenarios. Big job, small job, residential or commercial. Their service trucks are fully stocked, and they have all the equipment needed for any job. No commission. Sales reps, they'll provide estimates and second opinions, and they have a great experienced staff that has earned an A-plus ranking with the Better Business Bureau. And at Quarter Moon, they are green certified. Now, it's often about emergency situations when you're calling the plumber or the AC guy or the heater guy, but Quarter Moon, they have great maintenance programs that ensures you're ready for every season. And if you haven't turned your heater on, make sure you get it tuned up before it is time. Great maintenance programs can catch a big problem before it becomes a big problem. Call Quarter Moon and get that scheduled. 210-651-5899, 651-5899, online at quartermoonplumbing.com.
KTFM Floresville. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, your home for the Blitz, 2 to 6 on YouTube and always at sasportstar.com.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. A free drinking water system installed at your kitchen sink with the cleanest, best tasting water you've ever had. Better for your coffee maker, better for cooking, better for everything. Free with the purchase of a Connecticut water softener, but only for a limited time.
Trust me, Connecticut water systems are the best of the best. I personally have one in my home. All those other water softener systems out there are junk in comparison. Connecticut uses less water and runs on kinetic energy.
And is the last water softener you'll ever own. Right now, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking water station when you buy a Connecticut water softener. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call us at 656-PURE.
Check them out at ConnecticutSA.com and tell them Dave Ramsey sent you.
The last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The following is a dramatization.
Davis Law Firm, how can I help?
That guy pulled out in front of me out of nowhere. The police are on their way, but I'm really shaken up.
Don't worry. We're going to get you taken care of. You made the right call.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you've been hurt in a car, truck, or 18-wheeler wreck, call Davis Law Firm at 444-4444. We're ready to help day or night, and there's no fee unless we win.
Davis Law Firm, San Antonio.
Pork rinds are the crunch time hero of the snack aisle. Low carb, collagen packed, and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. The porkrinds.com Instagram will make a crunch time donation with each share of the Crunch Time Hero college football post, with each share equaling a $1 donation to the Archer Foundation, a nonprofit dedicated to helping families dealing with DIPG, DMG, pediatric brain cancer. Share on Instagram today and grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe pork rinds at HEB.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Football season is in full swing. Jason Minix here from the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. It's November. Games matter, and you know they all matter when you're playing on Underdog, and it's certainly more exciting. And playing on Underdog is easy. Best place to get in on all the action. Make your picks and win money right now in Texas. Just go higher or lower on predicted stats. Passing yards, receiving yards. With Dak and a CeeDee Lamb at George Pickens, I'm always looking at the hires there. You can even go with some defensive stats like sacks for a Micah Parsons. Get your picks right. You can win up to 5,000 times your cash. Download the Underdog app today. Sign up with promo code STAR to score $100 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code STAR at Underdog. Make picks, win money. Must be 18 plus and present in Texas. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Spurs rookie Dylan Harper will miss several weeks. He was diagnosed today with a calf strain, left the arena last night wearing a boot. However, the good news is we're being told he avoided significant injury. But several weeks for Dylan Harper. Tonight, the Cowboys play on Monday Night Football against the Arizona Cardinals. Cowboys got some good news today. Center Cooper Beebe will be activated. Is expected to play. You can listen to it right here, 94.1 at 6.
Sports Center brought to you by Synergenics. Book your appointment at fixmylowteam.com.
Joe Reinagle.
That's the third time in 7 seasons. The San Antonio Spurs are the NBA champions.
Jason Minix.
They go back to big day as Super Bowl champions. Dallas 52, Buffalo 17.
It's the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
We are live at the Roo Pub, and we're getting close, about 2 hours or so away from kickoff for the Cowboys and the Cardinals tonight on Monday Night Football. Great place to watch it is right here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He is Jason Minix.
And one of the big questions coming into, which kind of felt like now we're getting the obvious, it was Jacoby Brissett going to start, but it does look like Kyler Murray is now officially not going to play tonight. Jeremy Fowler just tweeted, not expected to play according to a source. Jonathan Gannon said the team would wait until closer to game time to see if Murray could have a role in the game. But right now, that is not the plan. Now, you follow the injury reports from last week and where he was, I guess maybe spot duty or emergency quarterback or whatever. But now it doesn't even look like he's going to be available. But Gannon still has not yet made that official.
Well, he surprised us all and see Kyler Murray running out there. Although, Jason, I saw several reports today that the Cardinals, for all intents and purposes, may be done with Kyler Murray. And so I don't know if this is part of that or just slow walking him back or what. But, several reports, whether that happens or not.
In the offseason moves.
Well, sure.
But if you can find, his
you're
contract.
2-5, 2 and whatever they are right now. You're not going anywhere.
If I'm Jerry, you've had quite the day on all the national media. What's the video game pledge that Kyler likes to play? I'd set up a console and start playing on Call of Duty on Jerry Vision, and keep him completely distracted. Although if he's not going to play tonight, maybe he can play video games.
Yeah, well, he can. Look, somebody will sign Kyler Murray, I'm sure. I mean, or trade for him if that's the route that they decide to go. Again, it's kind of like the Cowboys, I think, with Trayvon Diggs. It's kind of the same thing in a way, just a much bigger profile player when it comes to a Kyler Murray. So it's going to be interesting to see. Look, Jacoby Brissett has been playing well, though. And although he's not the threat to run the way Kyler Murray is, the guy can throw the football. He can throw the football around. And with that Cowboys secondary, who knows? You got to watch out for that. But I don't know. Kyler Murray just being the fact that he's undefeated at Jerry World, you take that off the table, and you you don't really have a mobile quarterback to worry about, although Brissett can get out of the pocket a time or two.
Look, it's the Cowboys defense. Everybody is a threat to run. The question is, the Cardinals are likely to keep it close. Again, their games this year, they started out with a 20-13 win over New Orleans. Then they beat Carolina 27-22, a Carolina team that has since not only beaten Dallas, but beaten Green Bay on the road yesterday. What a game yesterday. They lost to the 49ers 16-15. They lost to Seattle 23-20. Seattle, you saw what they did last night. Seattle now looking like a team that is going to be in the mix in the NFC. They barely somehow lost to Tennessee 22-21. Make that make sense. They lost to the Colts 31-27. They lost to the Packers 27-23. And Micah wrecked that game late. Again, you see a 2-5 Cardinal team, you think, well, this should be. It's not going to be easy.
Not at all.
Like I said, I'm not going to touch the line on this one at 3.5. But if I had to put $1 on it, I think the Cardinals might cover, but I don't think they're going to win. Partly because Dallas is at home, and Dak Prescott this year in that building has been incredible. Plus, he is coming off an awful game, and Dak generally rebounds after a bad game.
Well, I think Dak's going to rebound and play, but I think the Cowboys will be able to run against the Cardinals, and I think Javonte Williams is going to have a big night tonight. I really do. I think he'll rush for a lot of yards. I think the Cowboys win this thing by double digits. I really do. Cardinals have been playing people tough, and I think maybe it's a close game, but with that bad taste in their mouth, and really when you look at this game, Jason, for the Cowboys, it's not a must-win, certainly, but it is a game going into the bye week and then looking at the schedule coming out of that bye week that you need this one. You need this one to get back to 500, and so you've got any chance at all of making the playoffs. When we had John Machota on just a few minutes ago from The Athletic talking about finding 10 wins to get into the playoffs, the schedule gets mighty tough coming up after this bye.
Well, and again, while you don't want to call it a must-win, it's reality. This is the halfway mark of the season, and 4-4-1 is a hell of a lot different than 3-5-1.
Absolutely.
You got the Raiders after the bye, then the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Lions, the Vikings, the Chargers, the Commandskins, and the Giants. There's 3 wins there, right? And I say the Raiders, the Commandskins, and the Giants at the end of the year. Partly the Giants, because who knows what they're going to be at that point. Washington won't have Jaden Daniels, so where are they going to be? Los Angeles, I don't know what to make of the Chargers. The good news for Dallas, that game is at home. Vikings, I don't know what to make of the Vikings either, to be honest, but J.J. McCarthy looked good last night in beating Detroit. You got Detroit. That game is at Detroit. And you got Kansas City on Thanksgiving. Yep. And I do think they can beat Philadelphia. They tend to split with those guys. And Dak does have an incredible record against the NFC East. But Philadelphia, they find ways to win, and they find ways to get better. They've made more moves, 3 moves in the last week that are all great moves. How the hell do they continue to make moves like that and get better? So, I mean, but I'm with Machota. I'm with you. Find 10 wins there. If you get the win tonight, you could easily see 7, maybe 8, but are there 2 other wins in there? And the way this defense is, without help, And that's the anticipation. If we don't find out tonight, you're waking up tomorrow and you're checking Twitter to see what the hell was Jerry talking about. And again, his words, major impact for this year and beyond, which all eyes point to Max Crosby. But all right, if it ain't Max, who else fits that bill?
Well, that's the hard part. And I don't know, just looking at it right now, is there a guy out there that obviously is not going to be as good as Max Crosby, but boy, if Jerry could pull off something like that, all sins would be forgiven, I think.
Well,
I do. If you could pull off a Max Crosby, and I don't know why people are still pissed off about Micah Parsons. I guess I can kind of see it, but
I think
he's already throwing Jordan Love under the bus there in Green Bay, so they'll get tired of his act too, and they got to pay him. They're stuck with him. I digress.
Yeah, you do.
If you can get a Max Crosby who still has 2 years remaining after this year on his contract, you've pulled off a hell of a deal. And I think you'd be silly not to praise Jerry and company, Will McClay and Steven, for making that happen.
Well, they would get a lot of praise, but all sins forgiven? No. All sins are forgiven when I see Jerry holding a Lombardi trophy. At that point, even then, I don't know if all sins would be forgiven. I mean, you see that funny-ass Halloween costume that somebody wore this weekend. That's I assume it was this weekend, but it's making the rounds on social media. Some chick dressed up as the Lombardi trophy and some dude wearing a Dak Prescott jersey, and somebody wrote on the caption, well, he ain't going home with her.
That's funny as hell. The jokes write themselves when it comes to the Cowboys and what they've done. I'm just afraid, and this is why, I love Jerry, but when he does stuff like he did today, which he shouldn't have done, and I understand why he does it, that's who he is, and then it turns out to just be a dud or a very minor thing. That's what pisses people off, and really,
to your point. Jerry makes it sound like he's got the big fish,
yes,
right?
Exactly
and
right.
Let's go fisherman's story here. Is it going to be one that you're going to be proud of on the photos? Well, like, yeah, man, dude, you weren't lying. Look at that, man. Or is it,
a perch?
I mean, how big of a splash are we looking at? That's what it is. I mean, but what he sold us today.
Yes.
What is it, a bill of goods? And because it's Jerry, and with the way he worded it today, if it's a serviceable player that's better than what they have, we'd probably be all thrilled with it, except for you take the Max Crosby tweet from yesterday and what Jerry said today, and everybody is now thinking Max Crosby, which partly because that was a rumor a week and a half ago, right?
At least, yeah.
And so if Jerry could pull that off, and maybe, the Raiders weren't lying, and they did say today, I'm that today. If they would have won the last couple games, maybe Max isn't asking out, and maybe he didn't. But you know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing here? And his tweet yesterday, his actions yesterday, watching some of that game, I love it here, but I'm out. I love it. It's almost like DeMarcus Ware when he had to go somewhere else to go get his ring. He loves being a Cowboy, but he had to go somewhere else for a chance to win.
Well, that's it. So you look at a Max Crosby, he had an eagle emoji. If the Eagles pull that off, and the Cowboys are that small fish tomorrow, I'm going to be pissed off.
Well, you're going to be pissed off regardless because you're going to lose a bet.
No, I'm not.
You are. You hate to lose. I don't care if we're playing for a quarter, a case of beer, or
everybody
what.
Hates to lose.
Yes.
However,
you're going to be pissed.
If the Cowboys were to pull off a trade for a Max Crosby, a guy that they can build a defense around, certainly a staple of a good defense, then I'm okay and it lessens the blow. What's going to piss me off is Jerry trading for another Jonathan Mingo and giving up a 4th-round draft pick, and he doesn't do anything. Has Mingo even caught a pass? I think he's caught one. Maybe more than that.
Who's Mingo?
Yeah, Jonathan Mingo.
I don't know who that is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But it cost the Cowboys a 4th-round pick. That's what I'm saying. If it's that and I lose a beer bet, then that's irritating.
Either way, you're going to lose.
Well, you're probably right.
I mean, Jerry's already said it, man. You could go on the way home, stop and buy the beer, and then bring it to the house so I can enjoy it tonight while I'm watching the game.
When I have a credible source tell me
Jerry Jones, does it get more credible than that?
No, yes, it does, as a matter of fact. I want to hear from Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport, all right? When I hear from one of those guys, then I'll believe it. But
I mean,
Jerry just talks to talk.
I mean, look, Jerry Jones said it. It must be true.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we all know that's 100% always, is it not?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Jerry.
I have the privilege and the opportunity to run the NFL.
Yes. And I mean, look, all of this is I mean, the fact that it won't be finalized till tomorrow makes me think of two things.
Okay.
Either, in all seriousness, this deal is done if we win tonight, or we can't announce it because Sam Williams or whoever it might be, and I'm thinking impact players, not Mozzie Smith.
Sure.
Sam Williams, we need him to play tonight, and we need him to play well and not worried that he's got to call the moving company tomorrow, right? I mean,
and just pray he doesn't get hurt.
And pray he doesn't get hurt because, that also, I mean, it makes no sense to. Jerry's a businessman.
Sure.
He's a salesman.
Right.
Closers close. Why you don't do a deal and say, all right, well, we'll wrap it up and we'll close this tomorrow. Closers close. And Jerry is a closer.
Sure.
So this deal must be done before he goes out there. Now, I know John Machota said the Jadeveon Clowney thing wasn't officially done. And again, if that's true, maybe Jerry isn't the closer we think, because he also thought he had a deal done with Micah Parsons and he didn't close that deal. Now, circumstances changed. So you wonder. Now, Clowney showed up. I mean, you talk to somebody.
Has he really? I don't know what Jadeveon Clowney.
Now, he's got a sack and a fumble recovery.
Oh, okay, great.
I mean, he's out there wearing 42. What number is Jonathan Mingo?
I have no clue.
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Now, granted, the Mingo trade, if they don't get George Pickens, they upgraded. Because as Steven always tells us, they're always looking to upgrade the roster 365, 24/7. The Mingo might be an important player for the Cowboys right now.
Could be.
But they got a George Pickens. So Mingo's available. And take Mozzie Smith with you.
Yeah, just as a throw-in.
Absolutely.
Here you go. We're happy. Oh, my goodness. We're live at the Root Pub. But I tell you what, Jason, it's a special Monday for a number of reasons. Cowboys Cardinals tonight, and it's a Mellow Mushroom Monday. Let's give away $50 to Mellow Mushroom. What do you say?
Sure.
You good with that?
Pledge, what number is Jonathan Mingo?
You're not going to do that to Pledge, are you? Number
No,
one.
he's not one. That's Jalen Tolbert.
Yeah.
It begins with a J. Same thing.
I mean, I honestly
Same
I don't
production.
know. I didn't know.
I think he's 83.
Oh, no, I was thinking 19. Well, let's go 9 for Terp.
All right, why
Yeah.
not? Caller number 9, 210-656-3776, 656-ESPN. Caller number 9, you will get a $50 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. That is one hell of a prize. We are live at the Root Pub, 281 in Redland Road. Some folks starting to take their seats, getting ready for the Cowboys Cardinals game here tonight. No better place to watch it than right here at the Root Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star and AARP Texas are sending Cowboy fans to Jerry World to see America's team play all season long. How do you get in on the action? Head to sasportstar.com now and register to win. sasportstar.com. Live it up with the boys in the Big D from AARP Texas and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together, like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI agent can be set up in minutes to answer calls and questions 24/7, so you never miss a customer lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Smoky Mo's Texas Barbecue, the best neighborhood barbecue in San Antonio, is now taking orders for Thanksgiving smoked turkeys and holiday parties. Hurry! Our whole smoked turkeys sell out every year. Order a freshly smoked, perfectly seasoned turkey and add heat at home with delicious sides for your best Thanksgiving dinner ever. Smoky Mo's is your holiday catering specialist. Check out our holiday catering menu at SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com or call a Smoky Mo's near you. Don't wait. Head to SmokyMo'sBarbecue.com today.
Injuries happen, and when they do, skip the ER and get to the Ortho Now Injury Clinic by TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine. Ortho Now provides walk-in care for injuries like broken bones, dislocations, sprains, and strains. Conveniently located in the Quarry area with extended hours Monday through Saturday with on-site x-ray casting and bracing, Ortho Now has everything you need to treat your injury, and best of all, no urgent care or emergency room copay. Learn more online at TSAOG.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/radio to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/radio. That's hims.com/radio. HIMS.com/RADIO.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer goes one-on-one and has some fun with the Morning Huddles, AJ and Rob, Friday mornings.
Brian Schottenheimer, good morning, Coach.
Hey, what's up, guys? I got to say, it was a weird transition for me to come on to the show and hear a bunch of moaning. And then I heard moaning and manning and all these things. It was really kind of weird. Edwin didn't prepare me for that.
Moaning? Coach, tell him. Can you tell the audience you've got no interest in drafting Arch Manning in the upcoming draft?
Brian Schottenheimer's unfiltered look at the Cowboys' upcoming game. Friday mornings, presented by AA Best Bail Bonds on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
No better place to be on a Monday night or any night for that matter than the Root Pub here at 281 in Redland Road. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. I'm Joe Reinagle. He's Jason Minix, and the vibe's starting to happen, Jason. It's starting to happen. It's going to be rowdy.
Look, Cowboys on Monday Night Football. It doesn't get any better. And if you've got YouTube TV, you need somewhere to go watch the game. And there's no better place than the Root Pub here at 281 and Redland Road. Although I've been distracted in the break. I'm reading this bizarre article.
What are you reading?
And look, I mean, there are rich people and then there are rich, stupid people. And then people who want to be rich and that are stupid, and eventually you're going to get caught.
Right.
A guy that used to work for the Atlanta Hawks, one of their senior VPs, he got arrested and fired for embezzling $3.8 million.
From the Hawks?
From the Hawks.
Oh, wow.
Well, so because he was a team executive, and he was in finance, so he was authorized to just pay off the American Express bill. He was in charge of the American Express card. And what really finally got him caught is he would tell whoever in finance to pay the bill, can you pay off $229,968.76, the bill for a stay at the Wynn in Las Vegas? Apparently, he claimed that, when the Hawks were going through that cup thing and they got there, that was the bill. And he altered an email from the deal to make it look like it was from the Wynn.
Wow.
He never stayed at the Wynn. And then when the real Wynn bill showed up, it went to somebody else. So he got caught. So this 46-year-old dude, they started looking into everything, and totaling $3.8 million. He had a girlfriend who also worked for the Hawks, used to work for the Hawks. She doesn't work there anymore, but apparently she liked expensive gifts. Lots of trips to Europe, the Bahamas, and he bought a Porsche.
Well, I mean, at least he put it to good use.
Yeah, well.
Now he's going to jail.
Yeah, the Bahamas, Hawaii, Thailand, Switzerland, other countries. Can you imagine buying a Porsche on the company credit card, thinking nobody's going to notice?
No, I mean, that is dumb. You're going to notice. I mean, that kind of money, people take notice to. And, you're missing $100, $500. All right, you might make that go away. But, yeah, $3.8 million. That's going to get somebody's attention. I don't think there's any question.
Fired and arrested.
Boy. Well, he's screwed.
Literally.
Good luck in prison, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw a tweet that Dan Quinn today, the head coach of the Command Skins, opened up his presser saying he wish he had that back last night. And he said that is 100% on him, Jaden Daniels being in the game that late, and he took all the blame for it.
He is the head coach, and he should. At the same time, as sports fans, we always get angry when you see an injury happen in a meaningless game. I'll go back to 2008 with Manu Ginobili.
Oh, yeah.
In a meaningless game towards last game, 2 games left in the season, snaps his arm, and the 1-seeded Spurs lost to the 8-seeded Grizzlies. Manu had no business in that game.
Right.
But he's a football player. There's been times where, why is Dak still in there? This year, Schottenheimer has pulled Dak when the game's over a couple of times. Once you punt, you late like Washington did last night, you're saying the game is over and you've got no shot at winning.
Right.
At that point, you should pull your quarterback.
You should.
And because he didn't, then I look at Cliff Kingsbury, the offensive coordinator, and the play calls that he's making. If you're going to leave him out there because he's going to want to play, he hadn't played in a while, and maybe the thought process is you've missed a couple of games, you're still getting some reps, you looked a little bit rusty, keep going and playing. And I've got no problem with that, but call plays where you don't think your guy's going to get hurt. That was a run-pass option, and Jaden, he's got to protect himself too, right? It was a freak accident. Nobody needs to be fired. I mean, you can play the blame game. If he scores there and you've got him in fantasy, you're happy that he got a meaningless touchdown. What you don't want is seeing your arm snapped. And you think about the number of plays like that happen in every game, where you're talking about high school football to the NFL. It's weird that you see an arm snap the way that it did. That was a freak accident. Should he have been in there? Hindsight being 20/20? No. And I'm sure Dan Quinn feels sick about it.
I'm sure he does.
But it's football. It's a violent sport. It happens.
Wow. I tell you what, it was a nasty injury. Ugh. It was just nasty watching that arm. And then I saw it once in regular speed and then again in slow motion. And neither one of them were any better than the other. And it was just awful.
The slow motion snappage was kind of cool.
Well, it's just that you can see that elbow just come out of the socket. I mean, it just turned.
Well, and a buddy of mine who's a Washington fan. Well, at least
you have friends that are Washington fans?
Yeah, John Robbins.
I'm married to one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't sleep with them. John, that is. He was like, well, it's not his throwing arm. So there's the bright spot.
Well, that's true.
But then he also said Dan Quinn needs to be fired.
Well, look, coaches are just as good as their whatever year, right? What have you done for me lately?
Yep.
Cowboy fans, I'll never forget it, man. Calling for Dan Quinn's head when that defense pooped the bed against Green Bay in that playoff game.
Well, and quite frankly, that year,
sure,
the defense wasn't near as good. And then you had what's his name? So, well, we were just too tired. You know, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. But it's you know, the same Cowboy fans that want Eberflus fired were the same ones that were hoping that, you know, he wouldn't leave for Indianapolis. Could he get promoted up? I mean, that's the life of being a coach. And I think every coach knows that comes with the territory. And, you know, when things aren't going well, the head coach, the coordinators, and let's face it, a lot of coordinators have to go because the head coach is trying to save their job for a year. That's the nature of coaching. You know, there's times when I'm watching Eberflus this year that is it the personnel? Is that, I mean, he is a good coach. Eberflus has proven to be a good coach. You don't become a head coach in the NFL unless you have earned that through, you know. Now, there are people that are better coordinators than head coaches, right? That's been proven out. Like Wade Phillips was a great NFL defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He was not a great NFL head coach. And sometimes you have to learn that. Eberflus didn't forget how to call defense. So I've got to believe that some of the crap that he's calling, because I ain't happy with it either, is because he thinks that's the best way that group of guys that he has, that Jerry has given him to work with, that's their best opportunity to win, which then you see like they played all that man against Washington and their JV receivers, but they look good playing man. But now they've got injuries there. So what are they supposed to do?
Well, look, I mean, I get all of that. I understand all of that. But when you're just doing the same thing and it's not working, you got to try something different. And that's on you, Matt Eberflus. I mean, even if that doesn't work, at least you're trying something different. And I don't know, for the first 5 games or so, he was just stubborn as hell doing the same thing, not getting a pass rush, not blitzing, and playing zone. And again, I mean, and they were getting beat. So, I mean, if you're getting beat anyway, you might as well roll the dice and get beat doing something else. And so that was my whole problem with him. I mean, just try something else. Even if it doesn't work, what have you got to lose? Whether it's personnel or not.
Well, I'm with you there, or at least say that in your like, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if I tried that, or all right, let's go try it, and then I'll say I told you so. I don't know. Real quick, an update on the injury to Dylan Harper. Tom Orsborn, who is with the team on the road, tweeted out that the MRI in Los Angeles this morning revealed Dylan Harper has a left calf strain, no ligament damage.
That's good.
Day to day. Will be out through this weekend. So that is very different than what Shams reported. Right now, I think I trust the guy that's with the team.
Absolutely.
Which is better news. I mean, obviously, he's going to miss the rest of this week, but Shams made it seem like several weeks.
Several weeks, yeah.
And Orsborn is saying several days. Day to day is very different than missing a couple of weeks.
I get all that. And look, Dylan Harper is young, but it's early November. If it requires several weeks for you to be sure that his calf is fixed, then take a couple of weeks. I'm in no hurry to bring Dylan Harper back and have that thing turn into a tear.
Yep.
So day to day, that's great. But if that young man needs a couple of weeks, give him a couple of weeks. I just I want to be here's where I err on the side of caution and love what the Spurs do. Just simply from that standpoint, because it's too big of a risk to do that. It's like I say, Jason, there's 76 games left. There's a lot of games left. And after the Laker game, there'll be 75. So you got a long way to go.
It's that countdown, eh?
Exactly right. Hey, we are live at the Roo Pub, getting ready for a Monday night football showdown between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. No better place to watch than here at the Roo Pub, 281 and Redland Road. Some folks showing up, getting their seats, getting ready to enjoy the libations and the great food here at the Roo Pub. This is the Blitz on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, let me brag a little bit on my Connecticut quality water softener. I love this thing. I just absolutely love it. It's been in the house now for several months, and every day I appreciate this thing more and more, and it is so much better than any other water softener I've ever had. And I've had several others in other houses that I've lived in, but this one, there's just something different about it. Something different when you get out of the shower. Something different about your clothes when they come out of the washing machine. Something different about your dishes when they come out of the dishwasher. And all of that to say you're protecting all of those appliances at the very same time. It is just a great product. In fact, it's the most popular water softener on the market. They've been serving San Antonio for over 50 years. All their products are made in America. And as I tell you all the time, it does not run on electricity. So there'll be no addition to your electric bill, but this thing provides soft water 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they've still got that deal going on. You don't want to pass this up, because I've got a reverse osmosis drinking station at my house. You need to have one as well. And Connecticut will give you one when you buy a water softener, and they'll install it right there at your kitchen sink. It's like having bottled water right there at your kitchen sink. It's fantastic. They're also going to give you free money. How about this? 0% interest for 12 months. Incredible deal. 0% interest for 12 months. You don't want to wait. Give Connecticut of San Antonio and the Hill Country a call. The numbers to call, 656-PURE, 656-7873, or you can get them online at connecticutsa.com. And you know the jingle. Sing it with me. It's the last water softener you'll ever own. Call 656-PURE, Connecticut.
Dallas Cowboys fans, come on down!
It's AJ and Rob from the Morning Huddle, and you could be the next contestant on
The Stat Is Right. Every week leading up to the week of the Cowboys home game, AJ and Rob toss out a Cowboys player and a stat from the upcoming home game. Passing yards, rushing yards, number of times Dak adjusts his wristband mid-play, or perhaps CeeDee Lamb mouthguard chews per quarter. Whatever. All you have to do is predict that stat, get the closest, and bam! You're headed to Jerry World with a pair of tickets to the next Cowboys home game. Think of it like The Price is Right, but instead of winning a blender, you get to scream, "How about them Cowboys?" inside AT&T Stadium. So study up, Cowboy Nation, and listen to the Morning Huddle to play. The Stat Is Right, only on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Mellow Mushroom has the best pizza in San Antonio. Mellow delivers the best pizza experience with their delicious dough, premium ingredients, and unique flavors. Delivering a higher order of pizza is the standard. If Mellow can make a pizza this delicious, imagine what they can do with munchies, greens, calzones, and burgers. Mellow Mushroom has San Antonio's best happy hour with food specials and half-off adult beverages. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
Target's early Black Friday deals are almost here, and they're bigger than ever. Take 40% off select gifts and holiday decor for 3 days only, starting this Thursday. Score can't-miss deals on new fits for the whole fam, festive lights and decorations to brighten your home, and even top toys like select Lego sets for endless holiday fun. Shop in-store or online, but don't miss out. These deals are going fast. 40% off gifts and holiday decor starts Thursday, only at Target. Restrictions apply.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, San Antonio, 444-4444.
Jason, we're getting close to kickoff, my friend. Cowboys, Cardinals, Monday Night Football. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And now if you're not near your TV or you've got YouTube TV and you want to sit on the back porch and listen to the radio, we will have all the coverage with Brad Sham and Babe Laufenberg and Christy Scales here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star coming up at 6 o'clock. Of course, brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds, the Davis Law Firm, Hornitos, Tequila, Connecticut, and Jim Beam here on your South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the national radio broadcast will be over on ESPN AM 1250, brought to you by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
All right. Well, good. So we got you covered.
Got you covered.
Any way you look at it, we got you covered. And it's going to be an interesting game, and I really think it's a big game for the Cowboys. I think the Cardinals are pretty much toast as it is. Jacoby Brissett most likely going tonight, although I don't know if that's been made officially official. It's Kyler Murray not expected to play. But Brissett has been solid. The Cardinals have been playing people tough. I just think that's about to go out the window, quite honestly. And I think this is a much more important game record-wise for the Cowboys than it is for the Cardinals.
Absolutely, and it's such a big day for Jerry Jones, who literally just announced, I'm seeing this on Twitter now on the pregame show, Gary Bettman is there. Do you know who Gary Bettman is?
Gary Bettman.
That name kind of sounds familiar to you?
It does sound familiar, yes.
He would be the commissioner of the National Hockey League.
Okay.
And they just announced that Jerry World will be a part of the 2027 NHL Stadium Series. So the Dallas Stars are going to play a hockey game at Jerry World.
That's great.
I know you don't give a damn. I'm pumped about that because, last time the Dallas Stars played a game outdoors in Dallas, it was at the Cotton Bowl, which is cold, but it's always cold as hell.
Yeah.
At least in Jerry World, it could be indoors, and it might be cold, but it won't be windy. I like that.
Well, that's interesting, and I'll be honest with you. I never knew that Jerry World had the capability of ice. I mean, you see a lot of arenas, and they're built that way, right? Including the Frost Bank Center. But I didn't know that Jerry World actually had the capability of doing ice. That's impressive.
And again, I can't imagine that it's built in. This has got to be something that they are going to bring in. And I know you're not a big hockey guy, but the Stadium Series for the NHL has been awesome. Now, most of the stadiums, cold weather cities, obviously, outdoors, big stadiums, a spectacle on television probably sucks in person because you're so far away from the ice.
Yeah.
But just seeing it looks really cool. And I mean, Jerry's going to find ways to make money. And again, he needs to find ways to fix the defense, but he's done nothing but a media tour since he woke up early this morning to be on First Take. Then he did over an hour with Stephen A. Smith on his Sirius XM show. Now he's doing pregame with Scott Van Pelt and Gary Bettman. But in the middle of all that, Jerry did say a deal was done to help the defense. We'll get the details tomorrow. It'll be consummated. Yeah, we're going to consummate it tomorrow, which makes me wonder if it's contingent on winning tonight or if the player that's going to not be a Cowboy tomorrow doesn't get hurt tonight. I don't know. I find it weird that Jerry would say that a major deal and we don't have any details yet. It's one thing, for us, but the Dallas media types, the national media types, nobody's been able to figure out what Jerry is actually claiming that he's got done. But he said one is done and two more are in the works.
Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow or whenever Jerry decides to announce this. I mean, if they win tonight, he might announce it tonight. Who knows?
Well, he might.
It's very possible he could do that. And again, that's why I say when you look at this game, if by some chance the Cowboys lose tonight, why do you make a trade or adding a piece? I'd almost want to be a seller at that point in time. Not that they would completely be out of the mix, but 3-5-1, you're in trouble.
Well, Jordan Schultz tweeted out 9 minutes ago, the Cowboys have spoken to the Bengals about Trey Hendrickson, linebacker Logan Wilson, and to the Dolphins about Bradley Chubb.
All right.
So there's three more names to add into a Max Crosby. I'm still thinking Minkah Fitzpatrick at safety because they are so thin in that area. And I think any of those names you could qualify as a big deal that can have immediate impact. Now, the reason I don't think it's Trey Hendrickson, because Jerry said, help us now and in the future.
Exactly.
Which it feels like there's a caveat in the trade talks, whether it's Jerry talking about it or Steven. They don't want to spend anything on somebody that's just going to help this year's team. They've got to be able to help down the road.
Well, and look, Hendrickson is 31 years old. He's injured right now, in fact, and I'm just not sure. He would be a rental. I don't see the Hendrickson thing as having any legs at all. I'm not sure the contract status of Chubb and then Logan, certainly have to look at that, and I think that would play into it. But a couple of guys that I think would help this defense. I mean, I don't think there's any question about it. What's it going to be, though? That is just it. And I'm shocked and I'm not shocked that Jerry would go on a national radio show and say a deal is done. I mean, there better be something. I mean, what does Jerry say? Say the Cowboys lose, so what does he say? Well, psych. I'm just kidding.
Well, it was done, but, it wasn't done. And, it fell apart at the last minute. Now, here's another interesting name that in the last 5 minutes, every 8 minutes, everybody's tweeting about. Asante Samuel, free agent corner, didn't sign with anybody because he's got that spinal injury. He's apparently cleared to play and return to the NFL. And according to Jeremy Fowler at ESPN, he's talking with several teams and is going to take visits this week. And maybe it isn't a trade after all. It's we got a guy that's been hurt and help is coming. And again, Jerry said multiple, although he did say trade today.
He did.
And 2 more trades tomorrow. But you wonder if they'd be taking a look-see at a guy like Asante Samuel because he kind of fits the bill of what the Cowboys like. He used to be good, might be good again, and probably pretty cheap.
Yeah, well, I'm sure he'd be cheap. There's no question about that. Well, tomorrow is going to be an interesting day all the way around, Jason. We've got trade deadline. It's election day, all of that kind of stuff. So it's going to be an interesting day, and hopefully some fireworks, my friend.
Well, again, Jerry's created the expectation that there is a blockbuster trade that is going to be announced tomorrow.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And because Jerry has set that expectation, you also have to prepare yourself for disappointment because we've all been around Jerry long enough to know that they might pull off a deal. And it might be a good deal, but you might be less excited about it because all of a sudden you're thinking about Max Crosby. And if it's not Max Crosby, it's going to be a disappointment, although it actually might end up being a really good move. And again, we'll see. I mean, you know, you got fireworks, and sometimes you light them off, and you go, wow, and otherwise you go, well, that sucked.
That was a dud.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they are duds, that's for sure. Not sure what's going to happen, but we will see certainly coming up. First things first, though, Cowboys have to take care of the Arizona Cardinals. They have to do that tonight because, well, it's Monday Night Football, and that's what we're out here at the Roo Pub for. No better place to come see that, especially, again, if you've got YouTube TV and you've got nowhere else to go, you got to come here. You're going to enjoy yourself. There's no doubt.
You are going to enjoy yourself. Jerry on the pregame show, according to Twitter, did not reveal anything more to Scott Van Pelt other than, quote, the details are tomorrow. There's a good chance we'll have some things to talk about tomorrow.
There's a good chance we'll have some. That's a little different than what he said to Stephen A.
That's just Jerry being Jerry.
I suppose.
I mean, how Jerry can sleep on this is beyond me.
I have no idea. By the way, Kyler Murray is officially out for tonight's game. He is not active at all for tonight's game, so he is officially out. Not sure because Jacoby Brissett's been playing pretty well. Different style of quarterback, obviously, and I'm sure the Cowboys have been preparing for both of those guys. I hope they've been preparing for both of those guys. That's for sure. That defense, maybe even if they prepare, it doesn't make any difference.
All right. On Friday, we all picked the Cowboys to win this game on our prime picks.
Yeah.
So anything in your mind changing?
No. Cowboys win this game by double digits.
I think the Cowboys win, but probably I want it to be double digits. I think this game is going to be a game into the fourth quarter, and we're all going to be nervous, but happy when we go to bed.
All right, we will see what happens. Be sure and join the Morning Huddle tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock. Rob and AJ. Minix and I will be back at 2 to react to all of it. Have a great night, everybody.
This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star,